Alrighty. Chat, are we fucking live? I'm thinking we're live. I pressed the live button, we might be live. Chat, hello. Welcome back to the motherfucking Goonsday Preppers stream, as it were. Today is a special day because I'm doing 2 streams in 1 week, which is unheard of, but it's a special occasion because we got the fucking GOAT. Alright, the GOAT. Risky Chrisky, hello.
Hello. I wouldn't say I'm the GOAT. I'd maybe defer to Dugan Ashley on that one. But I appreciate the kind words.
I you know what? I would also agree with that statement as well. Dugan's awesome. I tried getting a hold of him. I tried to do a fucking hat trick, a triple effect for the stream, you know. Get fucking some pillars of this community on one panel. But getting a hold of Dugan sometimes is like getting a hold of the fucking Pope. You know what I'm saying? Like I think his computer is in like a different state or something like that, so he only looks at it like twice a year. So
he goes into full Hobbit mode for periods of time,
yeah.
And he comes back out, and I don't know what I can and can't say here.
You could say
he's
whatever
got more
you want,
explosives knowledge and things like that he wants to share. It's like, what has he been doing for the past 8 months?
Dude, he's doing fucking straight goon R&D and shit like that, trying to figure out the best fucking compounds for to make boom boom devices out of like cow shit and stuff.
Gotta love it.
I love it, but it's all right. Maybe another time. Thank you for joining, and thank all of you for being here. Fucking, if you guys could, please like the stream, because YouTube is gay and they don't like to fucking notify people when I go live, even if they're subscribed and all that nonsense. So if you could do that, that would be super sick. This isn't gonna be super scripted, guys. We're gonna just shoot the shit. We're gonna talk about stuff. We do have some talking points, but you know, we're gonna keep it loosey goosey. All right, we're out here yapping. So how you been, Risky? You know, we don't really get to hear from you a whole lot, which is truly a curse. It is a curse on the gun community online that we don't get to hear more from you. So how have you been? What have you been doing? What you been working on?
I've been good, man. It's been a nice break to sort of be back in the real world. The censors forced my hand out. They told me, you know, you're gone. You got 30 days to get off the premises, never to return. So I can't be on Instagram. I actually just the other day, because no offense, Trench Grenade, but he was back to his shenanigans, trash talking LPVOs, which I cannot have any of that. So I made another YouTube just to comment on his LPVO post. So I'm wondering how long that will last. If it lasts a while,
yeah,
then maybe I can upload some videos. But the 11 times prior to this, it hasn't worked. So I've just been doing the firefighting thing. Got back on with the city fire department, and I've been doing a lot of things locally in my county with some special rescue teams. I stood up our first search and rescue SAR team.
Nice.
In the county. So I'm in charge of that, trying to stay busy. And to be honest, that shit keeps me super busy just writing, because I'm having to come up with policies and general operating guidelines and tactical operating guidelines from scratch. And it's like I get one done, then it's like, oh, well, I need another one to support this. And yeah, just bullshit with that and running calls and being with the family, trying to be a decent dad and husband.
Hell yeah, man. So staying busy, being an active member of your community, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all we could ever want. I think that's something that a lot of people should strive to do. I talk about it a lot, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get some good wisdom transfer out there. Not like I'm some sort of fucking expert on literally anything. I'm literally just some asshole with a pink mask, you know, but trying to be
good. I'm a sucker for a good mask.
Yeah, as we know. And yeah, fucking trying to do the whole knowledge transfer thing. I think that's I think that's why people like these types of streams. So hopefully we can get some decent knowledge transfer going on here. So I had sent you some of the talking points that I wanted to bring up, and I thought some of these were pretty good. I was thinking about it during my my union mandated lunch break, you know, from the ball crushing factory. So this we'll do this the first question to get us started here. What do most people get wrong about prepping, and what is something that you used to believe that you think is bullshit now in regards to gun stuff, prepping, gear, anything like that?
Well, to set the stage, I'm not like the prototypical prepper, if you will. I never have been. I have a little property. I don't have a ton. I'm actually in the process right now of acquiring some land with my brother. He's going to move here to North Carolina. We've been eyeing some property, and we've already walked a few plots. So we'll get our homestead going. But I've tried to network and find people that are good at something and utilize them for that. So I have a buddy, he's a combat veteran. We used to call him Chief. He'd be on some live streams. He's got a shit ton of land, and he's like-minded. He was a firefighter with me as well, and we're best friends. So he's got the animals. He's got the crops. He's got the shit really does hit the fan, and I have to leave my house.
Yeah.
He's close enough that we have the plan. That's where myself, a few other families will rendezvous there, and I will bring what I have, right? So I've got a lot of gear, a lot of guns, a lot of ammo. So I'm not necessarily taking that role on for everyone, but I'm bringing enough to where we can equip a few guys who are not well equipped. And I've got some other people that are super into communications.
Yeah.
I've got other people who have been putting back canned food and doing all this other, typical prepping, YouTube preps type stuff, logistic stuff. So going back to the initial question, what is something that I used to believe that I don't now, or I think is bullshit? I think the notion of these multiple guns, because since I kind of focus on tactics and weapons, I'm going to kind of stick to that.
Yeah.
That you need all these guns. I like having multiple options, right? But it goes hand in hand, and I actually have two for you. So I'm gonna give you this one. I got another good one. That you need multiple guns. Like you can only carry one rifle at a time.
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
So when we start talking about like the LPVO sucks, right? I know I was on Trench's live stream the other day, and I want to do more further in-depth content with him on that to see if I can't see where his mindset is. I'm kind of, you have to find out what is your job. Like, what are you going to use this for? Right now, I like multiple guns for the sense of, maybe you have a home defense setup that you keep ready to prepare your house. Then maybe you have a GTW or a generalist rifle that if the herds start coming down the road and you got to up and leave with your family, that's the rifle you're going to take. Maybe you load them all into the car, but the one you have in your hands is the more generalist. It has night vision capabilities if you have nods. It's got a white light. It's maybe got some magnification potential there. Maybe it has a can, all these different options on it that you might not necessarily put on a home defense gun.
Yeah.
So the notion of I've got my CQB gun, I've got my night gun, I've got my SPR, I got all this, it's cool to have those. I have all of those as well. And if you're from a static large defense and you have multiple people, then maybe you can say, hey man, you're here, take the SPR.
Yeah.
Oh, you're over here, you're the old man that we have with us because you're a family member who can't walk around too good. Maybe you stay with the women and children and take this shotgun in case everyone gets past us. At least you got
you're the
right?
final line.
Yeah, you're familiar with a shotgun. We're not going to put you out into harm's way, but at least you got something.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm all for having multiple, but I think a lot of guys, they get caught up into buying, 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 buying.
Yes.
And I'm a firm believer of get the best possible setup you can, preferably, and this is just my take. I'm not saying it's right. You know, I could be flawed in my thinking here.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer to get the highest quality upper and lower, or a pre-built gun from a reputable manufacturer,
Mm-hmm.
right? So those BCMs, the Geisleys, the Knights Armaments, if you can swing that. Obviously, there's ones below that that are still good enough,
Yes.
right? But spend the money on that. Spend the money on a nice optic, and I don't care what you get. Like, I don't care if you get an EOTech. I don't care if you get an aim point. I don't care if you get an LPVO or an MPVO. It doesn't matter to me, but get a quality one. So if you're spending $1,500 on the gun, don't put a $200 Holosun on top.
Yeah.
Will the Holosun work? Probably. But spend the extra coin, make that gun as good as you can, and then spend the rest on ammo and run the dog shit out of it and have a good reserve of ammo and get really, really good with that gun. Know all your holdovers, know where it hits, and buy the same type of ammo, right? So you find a grain weight, who cares what it is? I don't care what your grain weight is, but just stick to it when you buy it bulk so you don't have point of impact shifts and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my first one is, what is it? Beware the man with one rifle, or
Yes.
whatever, that whole
Yes.
notion. I stick to that. I like that a lot. The second one sort of ties in with that rifle, and I was reminded of this. I know I keep talking about the trench thing. I will stop after this
You're
part.
good.
It was the reasoning behind, like, why LPVOs are trash, right? On his side, and I'm like, what are you doing in this scenario, this made up fantasy that may or may not come true? I personally think it will come true.
Yes.
But who knows when? Maybe it happens tomorrow. Maybe it's 2030. Maybe I'm a 75-year-old man when it happens. I think it'll happen in my lifetime, but I don't know when.
Mm-hmm.
But am I going to be going out and, you know, setting up ambushes against a first world military? What is my family doing? Like, I'm just off, like, bouncing,
I
like,
just disappeared.
well, yeah, like, I can't be doing that. Like, if you're a 21-year-old guy and you have no family, yeah, that's, maybe you go do that. That sounds like a great idea. Not because I'm a bitch and I'm afraid to do it, but, like, I can't, my responsibility is my family. That being said, if I was to go out and do that sort of stuff, yeah, maybe I would have an EOTech or a red dot on there on my main gun, because I'm going to actively try to go get offensive and throw my neck out there, which I think, again, there's those tactics. It's like, would I really still want a red dot though? Because if I'm going up against these forces, they have the advantage. My only advantage is surprise and violence of action. That's what it is. So doing CQB stuff, pretty much out of the question for me.
Yep.
I'd rather burn a building down.
Yep.
Surround it and burn it down. Right? This is all fictional, notional. I'm not advising anyone to do this because I'm not trying to have the FBI kick my door down. I know it sounds gay, me even saying that, but y'all know the drill.
Yes.
So my notion is, or my thought process is, I want a gun that gives me flexibility. I want an optic that gives me flexibility, because the majority of what I intend to do is observe and get the fuck away from whatever I'm observing, and put layers in between my loved ones and whatever's going on. So my job, as I, generally speaking, not all the time, my thought process is, I will be going out as far as I feasibly can, covertly. Maybe I don't even have a rifle, depending on the situation.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be roving, patrolling, reconnoitering, and trying to get as close as I can to wherever the bad people are, and determine what place, where they're moving towards. And hopefully it's not towards me. But once I determine they're moving towards me, okay, let's fall back. We need to go to plan B. Are we going to move? Do we have anywhere to move? Are we surrounded? Are we going to fight it out? Where are we going to fight it out if we have to? But that's probably the last option. My job is basically identify what's going on, try not to let them see or have any idea that I'm watching them, and then make our decisions on what we do as a family and group, where we go, how we hide based on what the enemy is doing, because it's an overwhelming force that you don't want to go toe to toe with. And if you do, that's where my next thought is on it. I want to have enough ammo to where I can break contact and get the fuck out of there. Or I want to have enough magnification to where I might be able to take a pop shot or two, slow them down, distract them, put a little fear of God in their heart, and then get out of there. Not necessarily stand toe to toe with anyone. If I'm standing toe to toe with somebody, it's because it's the Alamo and I have nowhere to go and my family is behind me and I'm fighting for them. Not necessarily because I want to go out and do goon shit against the blue helmets.
Yeah.
I mean, I do, but if I was 21 with no family, that would be a different story. And I think that difference needs to be stated, right? Because I think a lot of guys haven't thought the second and third order effects from what even buying this gear and watching these videos and learning these tactics even truly means in a real world environment.
Oh yeah, really good points there. Couldn't agree more. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I think a lot of people sort of romanticize the idea of, you know, obviously, like you said, we're kind of prepping for something, right? Maybe we don't know what exactly that looks like, but we kind of know, just as conscious human beings that can recognize fucking patterns and learn from history, you know, that maybe something fucking very stinky is around the corner. How long or how far away that is, we don't really know yet, but you know, we can always guess and prophesize and make predictions and all that. But either way,
let me say one more thing on that.
Go ahead.
I don't want anyone listening to this to think that I'm shitting on certain types of setups. I literally don't care. It does not affect me what somebody else has. I do not care at all. If you show up with a 7-inch AR-15 and one of those open emitter red dots on top, like the cheap, goofy looking ones, like a backwards EOTech, if you can shoot it and it doesn't break on you and you're competent, I don't care. Good. At least you have something, right? Would that be my first choice? No. But the whole, and I made videos on it, red dots versus this, just because it's entertaining. But at the end of the day, as long as you're good with it, who cares? If you like it, if it works for your environment and you deemed through your budget and your knowledge that that's what you want, don't let anybody on the internet change your mind. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, or at least if they do, it should come from a place of, you know, logic and reason, not necessarily like this weird fucking FOMO that, you know, shills like to put out there, where it's just like, the shit that you have is never good enough. You know what I'm saying? Even when you buy the thing, like these waves of hype, you know, sort of come in cycles. So like a big thing for me was that I was always so, like, I heard it and I was immediately just like, I'm like, this is so gay. But people were just eating it up. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole recce rifle thing, or like even I would go as far, and chat knows that I have my differences against it, the fucking IAR builds and stuff like that. Like, in my opinion, a lot of that shit is just sort of there to fucking sell you shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain people in the community or in the space that either knowingly or unknowingly, you know, I can't say for certain, I'm sure there's plenty of examples on both sides, of just people just kind of pushing this shit, where it's just like, you see these videos and you are sort of convinced by it, and you're like, damn, maybe the stuff that I have isn't really quite good enough as it is, even though you may have been training with it for fucking months and months or years and years. And so you fucking drink the Kool-Aid and you buy this shit, and then 6 months later it's like something else comes up and you're just like, oh fuck, well I don't have that box checked anymore, so I gotta drop another fucking, you know, $2,000 on another build or some shit like that, and it just never fucking stops. That's something that irritates the shit out of me, is like how
it
people
doesn't
get
stop, and it's
swayed like that.
Sorry.
You're good.
It's not gonna stop, because it's the content creation at its core, and it's the market of people wanting to sell products.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't hate it
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, like you make YouTube videos.
Yep.
Who doesn't enjoy getting a lot more views on a YouTube video, especially if you're monetized? Like that
Mm-hmm.
helps. That's, I mean, that's money in the bank. That's, you can, you know,
Yeah.
help build your life
Yeah. Trying to make a
from that
living.
money. You,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you can do a lot of things, and it's not just necessarily greed. However, I think people need to take a step back and realize, like, don't get caught up in this cycle, this never-ending cycle of I buy something, I trick it out, I see something else, I buy, I trick it out. And if you have a shit ton of money, whatever, do
Yeah.
that. That's cool. That's fun, right? I wish I had enough money to do that all the time. Um, but some of these things are awesome, but they're not awesome if you don't have your primary go-to rifle that you know how to shoot, it's reliable, you have the ammo for it and all that. If you have your bases covered, then I look at these, like the IAR is a perfect one. I
Mm-hmm.
think an IAR would be dope if I had an extra $3,000 sitting around.
Mm-hmm.
I could get that and I could trick that out and say, okay, now we've got this weapon that we can use in this situation on
Yes.
the homestead. Or if we want to do this tactic, we've got it, right? I look at it sort of like an SPR. Is this something that I'm going to take out every time? No. Remember, I can only have one rifle with me, generally speaking.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to have that pre-built setup that I've already designated my go-to-war rifle. But if I get to a point where we can employ other weapons, or we have a place where we can go and sit my go-to-war rifle down, and I can say, this time, for whatever reason, we're going to take the IAR, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
However, you've got to have the funds for it. And if you're just doing this as a hobby and you're not ever shooting these things, it's kind of detrimental. And I've got caught up in that myself,
Mm-hmm.
especially on the YouTube. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. If somebody, if like, what is it, Red Right Hand, if they sent me an upper, I would have made a video on it,
Yeah.
100%,
Mm-hmm.
because it's cool as shit. But does that mean your basic 16-inch rifle with whatever optic you chose and white light isn't good enough because this came out? No, that's not what it means. It's an enabler. It's like night vision.
Yeah.
Don't buy the night vision if you don't have the ammo and food yet. Once you get that, splurge for the night vision if you can afford it,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
But it shouldn't be this primary focus to chase the next coolest thing that. And I'm going to say their name not because I'm throwing hate at them, but
Mhm.
well, I forgot the name. The two dudes who have really high quality videos, Hype
Civdiv.
Beast. No,
It's not Civdiv? Who the fuck is it?
what are the guys?
I think I know what you're talking about. Is it not Civdiv? I know the guys who just made that like uh cinematic fucking sort of video not too long ago.
They do high production quality videos. They're always putting stuff like that out there,
Okay.
right? And it's easy to get to look at that and be like, this is what I have to have. They're doing it, I'm going to do it. And then as a content creator, you're like, I've just got this piece of gear. I've been talking to this company. They're going to send me this out.
Dirty
No
Civilian.
one's doing this yet.
That's who
Yeah,
it
Dirty
is.
Civilian,
Yep.
right? I'm
Thanks,
not throwing
Chad.
shade on them. I have my own thoughts, but I'm not going to trash talk anybody here. It's easy to get caught up in that. I don't want to say marketing. I don't know necessarily if they're even attempting from their standpoint to market anything, but
Mhm.
the video quality is so high
Yes.
that you want to get, you're like, this is the coolest shit I've ever seen. Whether I think about them or anything else, like I'm looking at this product or this idea that they have, and it's like, I need that. It's like, do you though?
Mhm.
Is that going to be the make or break difference, or would another 3,000 rounds of 5.56 do you better?
Right. At its current price before it jumps up another 25 cents in
Yeah.
5 years or whatever, or however long.
And if you have the money, go for it.
Mhm.
But it's not going to replace the training and knowledge and having a good foundation.
Yes, absolutely. And you know, I'm one of those, terminally fucking baroque motherfuckers, so it's like this is something that I have like overanalyzed so much, as just like planning out, the next purchase to square myself away more. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like I'm trying to get people on board with that. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of break that mold, because that shit is so fucking infuriating to me that I see guys who I like train with or have trained with and stuff like that, and we obviously do it with the intention that like we're part of this broader prepping community together. And so I see them, they're like, yeah man, fucking, they're showing up to training with like, every time I see them they got a new rifle. And it's just, I'm like, fucking, we do a class or something on like water treatment or something like that, like field water treatment or whatever, and they're just like, yeah man, I gotta get that shit. And it's like, dude, you just, like, it's not that expensive, but you just keep buying shit that you don't fucking need. You know what I'm saying? Like, take it as seriously as you want, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's like, if we're looking out for each other, it's like, I kind of want to put some fucking heat under your feet. You know what I'm saying? Get you to fucking pull your head out of your ass and not be such a fucking consumer. But
I think it's like the what, it's not the Chud arc, but you know what I'm talking about, where it's like he has a Glock 19 and he's like, he doesn't know anything, and then he gets the tricked out
the bell curve,
2011. Yeah, and then he comes back down and he's back to the Glock 19 again, smoking a cigarette. Like, it's that sort of thing. You get into it, you don't know anything, your rifle looks gay as fuck, you have no idea. Then you watch some videos, then you go balls to the wall, and then it takes some time, I think, to come full circle. And a lot of guys, I mean, myself included, I had to go through that bell curve in order to finally realize, what am I even triaging as the most important thing to be purchasing here? How many thousands of dollars have I wasted up to this point,
dude,
trying to chase what the internet says is good or not? And for me to realize, like, this shit doesn't matter.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. And that's when I had that epiphany, I sold a ton of shit. I sold a ton of it, and then I went out and got the higher end single individual items I wanted, and then with the leftovers got filled in the gaps with the basic preps of, to your point, like water purification, stuff like that.
Yeah, just easy stuff to check the box so that you don't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I see too many people that, and this probably applies to some of you in chat, you know what I'm saying? Fucking statistically, the last I checked, like 60% of America makes $40,000 or less a year. All right, so it's like, you need to kind of think about this shit. If this is the reason that you're doing it, if it's a hobby, then it's a hobby, whatever. But like, fucking plan it out a little bit more, and at least do it, because here's the thing, I see too many people spending fucking 99% of their fucking expendable income on shit that they think is setting them up to be better prepared or whatever, for whatever LARP scenario that they think they're preparing for, where that stuff is only going to be used maybe 1% of the time in any hypothetical SHTF situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think the skills go a lot longer.
They
like
do.
as cool of a fantasy, and I'm not trying to make it sexy, because at the end of the day, it would be maybe the most horrific thing any of us ever encounter in our entire lives, maybe in generations anyone's encountered, if and when this actually goes down. So I'm not trying to run to my death here, but let's be real. Like, military age males with long guns, target all day, every military is going to see it the same way, right?
Yep.
So concealed carry, finding new ways to be the gay man, you know what I mean?
The R is silent.
Yeah, maximizing your capabilities while being super subtle and not opening yourself up as a target. That's one of the reasons I've been pushing a lot of my friends to just get back to the basics with concealed carry and pistol shooting, because I didn't know what I didn't know until I started putting 1,000 or more pistol rounds downrange every month. I thought I was good. I was probably better than most people. And then, when I had the YouTube channel, I had an ammo sponsor, and I was putting a lot of rounds downrange. And then it hit me like, I thought I was good. I had no idea. And even then, I'm not even saying I'm a great shooter, because I see these competition guys. I've shot with a few of them, and they blow my doors off.
Yeah.
So that it's one thing to have a gun. It's another to carry it every day. It's another to be fairly confident with it. It's another to know I'm not gonna fucking miss because I don't miss with the pistol. And if I'm
Right.
at a distance where I think I'm gonna miss, I can still dial it in and be 75, 85%, um, you know, accuracy rate if we start pushing it out way farther, ramping up the speed.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't know their split times. They don't know their draw times. They don't know their accuracy level at different ranges. And when you can get to the point where you're doing, you know, second and a half, sub-second and a half draws from concealment, making headshots at 25 yards
Huge.
every time, like
Huge.
you're doing something right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something I've taken this year, sort of like that was kind of my New Year's resolution was I'm like I need to suck less at shooting pistols because like I'm like I carry one every day, fucking, and I am not shooting it nearly as much as I should. It just full stop, ass in the wind. I'm just gonna show my hand here. Like I would shoot pistol maybe once every other month, but when I go to the range, it's mainly my rifle, and it's like I'm good with that. Don't get me wrong. That's the number one thing I train the most because I'm thinking this was one of those like mindset traps that I caught myself in. So I talked about it on another stream. It's just like people pushing themselves to train for the absolute worst case scenario almost exclusively is a trap because it's like, in my opinion, for like when as far as SHTF, the great struggle, as it were, whatever you want to fucking call it, it's not going to be like a switch. It's more like a dial, and it's going to be a really fucking slow one. So if
Mhm.
anything, you kind of need to start at your base, which is everyday carry and all that, and be the most proficient with that, if anything. If we're going to prioritize anything like that, and then once you graduate from that, because like you said, you know what I'm saying, like you're not really training until you can do something. You're like, yeah, I can do a second and a half draw from concealment and do like a build drill at fucking 25 yards, all A's or all headshots, whatever. You want to do it until it's like natural, like until it's like almost like you can't do it. Like it's because think about it, like if you're gonna do it in a real world scenario, fucking, you're not gonna like rise to the occasion and have the mental fortitude to fucking be able to slow things down and make sure that you squeeze your shots off right. Like you're just gonna fall back on whatever is fucking like natural to you. You know what I'm
You're going to
saying?
fall back on your highest level of training,
Yeah.
or maybe not even highest, but
Proficiency.
most
Your
trained
highest level of
level of
proficiency.
And you're probably subtract a few percent away from that because of the adrenaline dump,
Hmm.
the fear factor associated with it, the surprise of the incident itself. And I think a great way for guys to, and things at times have changed a little bit due to the proliferation of pistol red dots.
Hmm.
But I think a big thing, a big way guys can kind of revamp it is, certain guys, and I don't know how it is for the new generation coming in, the younger guys, because they were brought into this when pistol red dots were already a thing. So a lot of them are like, you got iron sights on your pistol, you're gonna get killed in the
Not
streets,
gonna make it.
which isn't obviously true.
Right.
But we got this whole other crowd, and I would like to address them. A lot of guys, either due to money or the not wanting to have to train to that next level, they haven't jumped up to pistol red dots.
Hmm.
And I think that's a great challenge to give yourself, because one thing I've noticed is once I made the transition and I committed to myself, I'm going to get really good with a red dot on a pistol. There's that huge learning curve, and it takes a lot of time to fix that. But once you do, you are a significantly better shooter if you can present that handgun and get the dot every time where you want it, never having to search for it. And if you're that guy, if you've done that, go fuck around with your iron sights again and tell me how much faster you are with the iron sights, because you've got the presentation of the pistol down properly. Once you take that big window away, obviously you might not have the pinpoint accuracy as the dot, but you're going to be flying with it. It's fun. It's really exciting. And I've kind of gotten to the point now, I'm Yankee Marshall maxing on a regular basis, where I've been and I triage the situation. But if I'm just going up to a buddy's house or I'm going up to the gas station, I live in a safe area. I'm rocking a 357 just for shits and gigs. So I've
Hell
been
yeah.
shooting that a lot more. Obviously, if I'm going to the city or something like that, or I got my family with me, I'm not going to carry a 357. But just trying out new guns, try to have fun with it. I think a lot of people get super caught up in the I'm tactical gray man, gay man at all times. I have to wear my fucking flag patch hat and my 511s or my cry pants with my Vans.
Yep.
And I always have 3 mags on me, and I always have the fucking staccato in my pants. Like, you don't have to do that. Like, yeah, it might be sometimes having all that firepower is good. Like, I have more in my car. I mean, there's always a long gun close by. But if I'm doing something in a safe area, very low propensity for violence, I'm gonna have fun with it.
Yeah.
Fuck, why not?
Yep.
Be a realist.
Yeah. Just check the box. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal. So you do carry a revolver from time to time. Fucking, you feel
10% of the time.
Okay, yeah, from time to time. Fucking, would you say that what's your confidence like with that? As far as have you found that that's like a huge learning curve or anything like that? The going
You know what
from
it is?
semi
It's
to revolver.
a huge fake confidence booster because you feel like a goddamn cowboy with the fucking gun. You feel like I've even rehearsed it. Like if I ever have to use it, you give them the time. Drop the gun. This is a fucking 357. You know, I have to say something drawing attention to it, and I just imagine how they would look at the shined nickel finish on it and just oh my god, look at that. So it fucks with your head, not in the best way, I would say.
Not in the best way, yeah.
No, it definitely gives you fake confidence for sure. And then you do a reload, you're like, oh fuck, I don't want to ever carry this again. So
yeah, right. You got to make it count.
Yeah, get good with it. It's this carrying a 357. Probably not the best. Definitely not the best. However, I have a King Cobra, 2-inch, and like a Colt, and it doesn't have the biggest grip on it. So rocking, I'm not going to put buffalo bores in it, but it recoils like a son of a bitch. So, but that being said, you throw 38s in it, it's a breeze to shoot. But then I'm like, I'm a bitch for carrying 38s and a 350. I can't do that. I'm Yankee Marshall maxing. I have to put the 357s in it. So I'm going to make the shot count. And a lot of guys will say, never go single action in a self-defense situation. You have to shoot double action.
Why not? If you got the time, if you got the time for it, why not?
What's the kid in the mall that had the 40-yard shot and he killed the active shooter? Remember that? It was like the Dickens drill, maybe?
Yes, the Dickens drill.
Maybe not.
The Dickens drill was a guy, that was the church guy, wasn't it?
But you know what I'm talking about. The kid, the young guy whose like grandfather taught him how to shoot, and he pulled out a semi-auto in a food court and hit this active shooter 40 yards or 40 feet away. If I got that distance, and I wouldn't be carrying the 357 in the fucking food court, just for those of you listening. But if I was that far away from danger, I'm absolutely going single action, because then it's like a fucking sniper rifle with that thing.
Yep.
It's outstanding.
Yes.
But you have to train with it, because I mean, who all is training with this? I mean, some of y'all are out there like, I fucking shoot 500 357 a week. But most of us are not doing that. So like, do I even know where it patterns at 40 yards? I have no fucking idea, because when I go to shoot it, I shoot 10 rounds and I'm like, this is hard to reload and my hand's bruising. So let's shoot the suppressed 22 now. That's the other thing.
Fun.
I've been concealed carrying the fucking hush puppy some.
No shit.
Which makes it awkward to walk around, but it's so like, that's also fake confidence, because I have a 22 long rifle, which is not devastating, but the fear factor of drawing a suppressed fucking pistol on somebody,
they're like, this guy's a psychopath.
It's outstanding. And I feel that's the fun thing too. I feel like a psychopath with it. I'm like, nobody knows in Publix that I have a fucking can on a gun in my pants.
They don't know that I'm literally a hitman, bro.
I don't have a half chub. That's a fucking suppressor. Like they
Yeah,
have no
dude.
idea as I buy hot dogs.
Yeah. As you're getting gas, talking to nobody.
Yeah, I'm getting gummy bears and glizzies, and I'm like fucking mentally climaxing for the gun I have. It's stupid,
Just
but
caressing
it's
it.
fun. You know, it's
Oh
so
yeah.
fun.
Hell yeah, dude. Fucking I carried a revolver for a short period of time. A couple times actually. Uh I tried it out intermittently throughout my time cuz I've had from the time I was 18 because you can carry in Indiana at 18.
That's awesome.
It is actually very based. We like that a lot. Fucking from 18 to um about I would say 25 is kind of when I chilled out with the whole revolver thing, or just buying pistols like a psychopath in general. It was like my autistic fucking addiction was having 1,000 different kinds of pistols. Not even like, not even remotely related to each other. Just like totally different. Like just touching every fucking type of pistol that you can get. You know what I'm saying? Like going from like I don't know a fucking a Ruger SR9C to like a fucking a 686. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it made no
Dude,
rhyme or reason.
my pistol collection is very bland and boring.
Yeah, mine too
I've got
now.
most of them are Glock 9 millimeter double stacks of varying
Hmm.
lengths because I can just hoard the fucking Glock 19s and 17 mags. And that's the thing. So I just have a shit ton of Glock 17 mags everywhere because all the double stack Glocks 9 mils will use can fit the 17 mags. So I have a shit ton of them. You know, you go in my house, you look in a potted plant, there's a fucking Glock 17. You're looking for a spoon in the kitchen, there's a Glock
In the tank, in the
45. You
shitter,
know,
there's
with
a
the
Glock
nines.
19.
They're everywhere. Yeah, and I got a few. You know, I've got a little airweight 38. That's my swimming pool gun.
I
I
love
enjoy
that.
that one.
Yeah, I love that was the one I loved the most, honestly, as far as revolvers go. That's my jacket pocket gun, in the winter. You know what I'm saying? Is
You know,
is is
it was
that
actually
shit?
funny. A few years ago, I did a meetup. I was in Myrtle Beach. I hate it, dirty Myrtle. It's disgusting. Fuck that place. But my in-laws go there every year, so I've gotten to the point now where I just tell my family, I'm like, y'all go without me. I'll do work around the house by
Yeah.
myself. But I had a meetup there at the Palmetto State Armory, and I met a bunch of people, and it was fun. And I go back to the hotel. I'm out walking on the beach, and one of the guys approaches me. He's like, "Hey, I'm staying right next to you." I was like, "Oh shit!" And he's like, "Well, what are you doing now?" He's like, "You want to come up here?" He's like, "Come out here. We're playing volleyball in the pool." And I'm like, "I'm not gonna do that." And
Yeah.
he's
What
like,
the
"Why?" And I'm like,
what the
"I
fuck?
gotta. That's weird." And then I also have a gun on me. And he's like, "You have a gun on you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I got my beach gun." You know,
Yeah.
I got these bathing suit. I got a bathing suit looks like jean shorts. They're really fucking fun.
Hell yeah.
And that's all I was wearing. And I had the airweight in the pocket. He's like, "You wear a fucking gun on the beach?" I'm like, "God, I'm
Yeah,
risky frisky.
obviously.
Of course I do. Why don't you have yours?"
Yeah, I carry a gun when I shower. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, fucking, have you ever had any, have you ever even seen, the Taurus poly protector before?
Is that the curved one?
No, that's the curve, the Taurus curve. The fucking, that thing was a giant shit heap. Fucking, uh,
I want to suppress a curve.
get a fucking, threaded barrel for
FRT
a
and
curve.
FRT and suppress a fucking
Dude,
Taurus
they
curve.
they were out of their fucking minds when they made that shit. Like, actually,
They've
it's
got problems.
yeah, no, I kind of respect it though. I have an appreciation for Taurus being able to push the fucking the dial. You know what I'm saying, or push the
Hmm.
line out. But the poly protector, this was hands down probably the worst gun purchase I ever made in my fucking life, and it was basically so. Do you know what a ATI Omni Hybrid is? The
Yeah.
AR. It's the half plastic, half metal AR, and they're giant shit heaps. Fucking
Hmm.
the Taurus poly protector is the same thing, but it's a 38 J frame, basically.
Mm.
So the only things that are metal on it are like the springs. I don't even think the trigger. Like the trigger itself is plastic, but like the connection bar and all that bullshit is metal. So like it's the barrel, the cylinder, and obviously the guts are fucking metal, but everything else is polymer, and it weighs like fucking nothing. Like it's literally like 6 ounces empty. Like it's so
That's
fucking
wild.
light, and even shooting like just regular FMJ, uh, like low power 38 reloads and shit like that is like it is the snappiest fucking mess that I've ever fucking shot. And I'm like this was like my EDC for a while when I was like 19. I'm like, what the fuck am I thinking, bro? Like this sucks so fucking bad. I was
That's a cracked frame waiting to happen.
yeah, exactly. Like if you put plus P's in it, dude, it turns into a fucking claymore. Like I'm guarantee I wouldn't even be willing to try it.
Speaking of light handguns, have you seen that new Keltec that uses stripper clips? That's like
Yes.
unbelievably light.
It's like the it's got a weird name. It's like the PM33 or some shit like that.
I want to get one of those. The idea of stripper clips is wild to me, but just
Yeah.
I think it would be fun. That'd be a fun one.
Fucking hold on here. Getting people are sending super chat messages here. Let's read a couple of these real quick. So from the beginning, the Mossy one for $5. He says the Schizo Man himself. Uh, Obviously, I think he's talking about you, not me. Uh, and then
Yeah, my live streams were called the Schizo Shit Show
no
from
shit.
time to time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fucking and then Two Wheels Club Seals for $2 says just saying hey. Hal312 for $5. He says I really hope this Road Warrior guy owns a Model 29 with a scope IRL. Do you? Was that a gun in the movie?
I I do not own that.
I,
But he makes a good point.
mm-hmm.
I should probably do that.
Parch Paladin for $10. He says using practical info and entertaining rants. You motivated me to be more capable to start my journey to be ready for my friends and family. Thank you, Schizo in the Woods. Dude, oh,
Awesome.
shit. Wholesome chungus. Love to hear it. Phil Kucherful for $5. He says, ask Crispy if he really got shotted by ham radio nerds.
They I fucking hate these radio. Can I drop the French cigarette word here? Can
I
I
don't.
do that?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I
Absolutely.
hate these fucking radio faggots. I'm so sick and tired of these sons of bitches. They're all fucking gay as shit. Not all
Oh
of them.
yeah,
There's a few of them. Let me rephrase that. There are a few of them that are okay.
most of them.
But the vast majority of these guys have some complex about them where they know everything and you don't. It's like you don't speak their technical language, so they can just say shit that makes no sense and throw it out there like you're an idiot, like you fucking idiot with your Baofeng. How come you
Dude.
didn't consult with me and spend $10,000 because you're gonna die because I know where you are. It's like shut the fuck up. No one cares. Radios are like the last thing anyone gets into in the tactical world.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? They all get Baofangs. And
Yep.
guys didn't like that I said that. They're like, no, they can't. They're gonna die. I'm like,
But it's fucking
you
true.
fight with the do you fight with the army you want or the one you have? And the one we have is everyone has fucking Baofangs.
Yep.
So maybe figure out how to use the Baofangs and then go from there. Because if you figure out how to use them, you'll understand just enough to get you killed. That's when you should start moving up to the next level and dumping more money into it. That wasn't even good enough for these fucks. Like I'm trying to be sensible and they just come after me. So I started making a fuckload of memes and coming after people. And then they tried to dox me. They're just making shit up that I say, trying to make me look bad. And they don't even realize how fucking gay they themselves appear in the process. So they kind of self-destruct. And there's one guy, I'm not going to say his name. He might still be on Instagram, but he absolutely shit the bed. I had a huge feud with this dude, and he made some SDR stuff, and then he like didn't send them out to people and took thousands and thousands of dollars in payment, and then like went silent, radio silent.
Pulled a
And so
military
it's
arms
like,
channel.
yeah, oh yeah, exactly what he did. He did that in the radio fucking fag world. And I'm not saying all radio guys are fags. You know, NC Scout, he's local to me.
They're a
He's a
necessary
wealth
evil.
of knowledge. Yeah. But I default back to the like everybody doesn't need a radio. And
Mhm.
if you're a civilian, you should be listening more than talking. You should learn how to scan and try to identify different frequencies that are being utilized and what that means as far as proximity to people to you. But be very weary of asking these people questions, or if you think you know something, God forbid you post it, and
Yeah.
anyone who is a fucking radio turd sees that, they cannot refrain.
Mm.
It's like fucking black dudes driving Altimas and fat white women. They cannot resist getting involved in it.
they
It's absurd.
they
So do
they
it at
have
your
an
own risk.
inane attraction to each other.
Yeah, it's retarded. I would say, not that he was asking for advice. The answer to his question, yes, fuck all those guys. But I would go buy the NC Scout Brush Beaters, gr- what is it called? The Gorilla's Guide to the Baofeng Radio.
Yes. Yes.
You don't even have to own a Baofeng radio. Just go buy the book and learn the theory behind it. It gives you some tactics, some basic knowledge. It has a lot of stuff in there about all the 100% of the capabilities you can do as far as what we care about with the Baofeng.
Hmm.
And then you don't even have to go buy a Baofeng. You can buy a dual band. You can buy a fucking
Shortwave,
DMR.
like
You can buy
whatever.
all these other
Yep.
things, right? But get that book and then spend $18 on Amazon on a Baofeng at some point. And guess what? You can do a lot
Yeah.
with that. Can you do fucking small unit tactics in an urban environment while the man is watching you and eavesdropping? No, you cannot do that. But you should not be doing that anyway.
Yeah. I just consider, like, you know, my personal goon squad, as it were. Like, you know, we talk about, like, using radios and incorporating radios into training and shit like that, because we have a guy who's really smart with that shit and he squares everybody away. He's not a fucking prick with the whole radio thing. You know, he's not an elitist. And, you know,
Yeah.
I'm just like, guys, like, we gotta understand something. Like, you just may as well assume that every time you press that fucking button, that you're speaking directly into the fucking opposition's ear. Because
Yeah.
that's basically what you're doing. Like, the shit's not tight.
And that's why I recommend that book. I don't know if you've ever read it or not, but it gives you a perfect insight as to what is possible for people trying to find you, the radio direction finding real world capabilities
Mm-hmm.
that are out there. And you can do I guess I'll just real nitty gritty.
Real
I would not. Yeah, I fucking burped as I said that, and sucked in a fly,
Yeah.
sucked off a fly. What did I just say?
Respectfully.
I would not be transmitting on a dual band radio unless I'm literally running for my life because I'm out on the property and spotted a convoy heading to our location and they were imminently going to hit the house or whatever.
Mhm.
And I don't care if they hear my transmission. I do not
Yeah.
care at that point.
Yep.
The only other time I'd use it is for more surveillance and checking in purposes, covert purposes, using a digital data burst. And you can learn how to do all that and make the radios out of shit around, or make the antennas from the shit at your house,
Mhm.
right? You can download some software for free, put it on a computer. I
Are
would
you
probably
talking
do
about,
it on a
like,
computer.
mesh programs and shit like that? Is that what that is?
You can send encode. You can do physical encryption.
Mhm.
Think, oh fuck, what's the name of them? Not code books.
Hmm.
Somebody in the comments is going to point out what I'm trying to get at. Where you physically encrypt these messages and in a pre-identified format. So you both have to know what the numbers are of the encryption beforehand. So I would go to you in advance and I'd give you these books and I'd say the first one is 1. Then after we send that, rip page 1 off, and then I'm going to be sending from the next one.
Wow.
And you encrypt these physically so it looks just like numbers, random numbers. And then I can connect a directional antenna to the Baofeng, send it on an azimuth to the receiver's location, and I send it as a digital data burst. It takes a fraction of a second. It sounds like a digital tone or like static, depending on how it goes through on the radio for literally a split second.
Mhm.
They receive it. They physically decrypt the message. and it pops up on their screen because they have to have the software. Then they physically decrypt it. And as long as no one ever gets those code books, it's impossible for them. And you rip off the pages and use a new page every time. It's physically impossible to decrypt it. And the only way they can intercept the signal is if they are in between you and the person, a line of sight on the same azimuth. So if they're 2 degrees to the side, they're not going to be able to intercept that signal. And it's only going there in a friction of a second. It's like a laser pointer.
Wow.
And you can send it for miles. If you're way high up, you can send it for a lot of miles.
Wow, dude. Fucking apparently it's called ciphers or one-time pads is what chat's
one-time pads.
One-time pad, okay.
A one-time pad. And they make one-time pad machines that'll print them off for you. It doesn't connect to the internet, no shit like that. You can buy pre-made one-time pads, or you can just learn to do them yourself. It's just a lot of work filling out all the pages and having enough of them. It's a little bit of setup beforehand, but if you have predetermined times, like check-in times that you're going to send messages, it's very difficult. And obviously you have to be safe to send these. It's not like you're running for your life, setting this shit up and doing it. That's not possible. But if you're in a hide site, I wouldn't transmit from the hide site. I would make a movement away from your hide site, preferably one MLRS capability away. So like a grid square away. And send that, because then they could wipe out the whole grid square and your hide site would still be safe. So there's definitely tactics with it, but it's so in depth, man. It's like literally you need a guy, if you want to have that capability, you need a guy who focuses on that shit.
Yes, that's totally what I'm saying. Fucking like, you want to be useful in your fucking alleged goon squad. Be the fucking commo guy. Like, it's just, people are just gonna come to you and just be like,
well,
do this for me.
It's a step further than just understanding radios and stuff. You have to be tactically minded.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I like NC Scout so much. He's on Twitter. He's got his website's called the Brush Beater Store. He holds training events. I've been up there. If you ever go to these, sometimes I go up and drink with you guys at night after you do your night exercises and everything. Oh, yeah. But he was an infantryman in a long-range surveillance unit in the 82nd, deployed multiple times, and then he's an expert in these comms. So he's great because the theory behind how you're employing this is all taken into account. You go to these certain guys who just program radios, who have no tactical experience. They don't necessarily understand the dangers and when it's okay, when the danger level is enough that it's worth sending, or when you want to do something else. They don't. You have to be sort of an infantry-minded individual or a special operations-minded individual, and combine that with the communications for somebody to really be spot on. So I would just say that as a warning to people of who you trust as far as giving you this information. Like, there's a ton of dudes who know radios. There's a ton of dudes who know tactics. There's very few dudes who are extremely proficient in both, that have publicly available training and equipment and theory available.
Yeah. By the way, you have a fan here who's saying hi. Geisley is saying hi.
The Geisley?
The Geisley Automatics, yes.
Oh, that's awesome. Fucking cool.
They said,
Thank you.
Welcome back.
I like your URGI. It's my go-to war gun.
I have their, I'm trying to remember what the fuck it's called.
I talked a guy into getting a Super Duty the other day for his first AR-15.
Good.
I don't know how I did that.
Good, holy shit, but good. That's like a lot of people's, post 10th build buy. But I got their I had acquired from a friend of mine a fucking 6 arc upper that I'm planning on using for a video, kind of exploring
not trying to suck their dick because they're in the chat, but I cannot speak highly of the Geisley products enough. They're fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, no, I think we know that they're the fucking goat.
The triggers are unbelievable too.
It is quite literally some
I think
Kino
they
shit.
sent me a
Everything
trigger.
they make is good.
I think that's where I got my 2-stage. It's in my URGI now. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they sent it to me, unless it was a distributor that just sent me one. But I love it.
Hell yeah. Fucking this 6 arc upper that I had gotten. Planning on exploring, because I had never really gotten into long range shooting or anything like that. Basically, shooting beyond the Army's standard 300 yards or whatever is just like that. And in Indiana is just not really like easy to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fucking, you're either gonna shoot into someone else's property or fucking house if you go beyond like 100 yards in most cases. So I'm excited to test out this 6 arc upper with the super
I think it's
sweep.
important on that notion. I really think it's important for guys to go try to find a range or somebody's property that has 6, 7, 800, 1,000 yards,
Mm-hmm.
because it really puts things into perspective.
Yeah.
You really see your limitations, and I'd say most people, myself included at times, they're overconfident
Yeah.
with how far they
Just
can
being
shoot.
able to like confirm zeros. Like you're like, "Oh yeah, I got a fucking 25 300 0 or a fucking 50 200 0 or whatever the fuck." It's like, "Well, have you actually ever shot it at fucking 200?" They're like, "No." You know what I'm saying? It's like, then how can you be sure that like, your fucking half an MOA difference at 25 yards is not going to fucking compound to being like 3, 4, 5, 6 inches off at fucking 300. You know what I'm saying?
That's a huge tell for me for somebody's capability and knowledge, is if we go out and I ask them, 2 questions. For one, is your rifle zeroed? If
Mm-hmm.
they don't have a good reason for why it's not, like, and if they come out and say, I just put this optic on, I need to zero it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a valid reason. But if it's their gun they've had a while and they say no, what the fuck are you doing, for one? And then the second one is if they say, yeah, it's zeroed, it's like, okay, let's hit that out at 100 or 200 or 300.
Hell yeah.
And if they can't hit it, it's like either your shit isn't zeroed, or you don't know what you're doing. So when I shoot with guys and we go, and that's one of my first, I don't want to say tests, it's not like I'm testing them, but
Yeah.
that's what I typically do, is I'll take a cold shot out at a little bit of range just to see if I still got it,
Mm-hmm.
and to see if the zero's still there. And when somebody hits it first go, I love it. I'm like,
Just
okay,
like,
we're
all
cooking
right,
now.
respect.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Fucking a couple super chats here. A few of them actually. Fucking Lieutenant Corporal Major says for $4.99, only the realist NWAS in here tonight, boys. Couldn't agree more. Phil Kucherful again for $5. He says, Balfang Master Race, rise up. Harmonics aren't real. And then Lieutenant Corporal Major again for $4.99 says, we might get Knight's Armament in the chat if he's sober at the moment. Hey, listen.
I've never
Fucking,
owned a Knight's Armament. I would love to, though.
yeah, that's like that, and like fucking LMT, just like the real fucking like upper end spectrum. Like, dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I said, criminally fucking poor. Fucking, I got my first BCM build not too long ago, and I'm like in love with it. Like everything
The
else
BCMs are
has,
legit.
yes, yeah, like it's like this is when I envision like a workhorse sort of. It was just super fucking gay. Now I say it out loud, but when I envision a fucking workhorse sort of fucking AR, like I would imagine this. Like this is what the common man standard should be. Even though I've only had it for a fucking month, I'm just like, I could just tell the fucking fit and finish is nice. Fucking the quality control is there. It's fucking gassed nicely, which a lot of uppers are just fucking wide open, over gassed like shit. You know what I'm saying? Fucking this is it. Which is actually leads into a question I was gonna ask you. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'm not saying that these are the only two brands out there. I'm definitely not saying that. But like,
Right.
when I think of dudes who are serious about shooting rifles, ARs, that is,
Mm-hmm.
if I see BCM or Geisler on there, I know that they at least
They give a
intend
fuck
to be
a little
serious
bit.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They might not, they might just have money, but at the end of the day, if I see those brands, most people had to sacrifice something in order to get that. So they clearly want to be in the game. It's like the thing with the guitars, everyone's got an Epiphone. You pull out a real Les Paul. Okay,
Yeah.
you could probably
Damn,
play a little
shoddy.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No shit. Fucking, I was gonna ask this question earlier because you'd kind of brought it up. Fucking, what do you think are some good, or useful mid to low tier brands that don't suck for ARs specifically?
So I haven't in the last few months to a year, I haven't followed super closely on the low to lower end. But I give a lot of people the same information.
Mm-hmm.
They'll ask me, "Hey, I want to get an AR-15. What should I get?"
Mm-hmm.
If they are the average person that's not going to drop 1,500 bucks on the gun, right?
Mm.
I tell them all the same thing. Get you a Smith and Wesson M&P Sport
Yeah.
because it's not horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you would probably want to upgrade some point down the road. But if you're new to this, if you don't have a gun yet, you get an M&P Sport 2 or Sport 3. Throw a decent optic on it that costs 300 or 400 bucks, or maybe like a Sig, one of those Sig Romeos. They're pretty. I've never owned one, but I hear they're pretty good.
I've
Right,
had
all
two of
signs
them.
point to those.
They've been fine. I've also had the fucking their even cheaper model, the MSR. I have the same one. It's sitting right here on my desk actually. This Gen 1 MSR, I bought it as a placeholder, and then once I got better optics, I'm like, I'm going to try to kill this thing. I cannot kill this thing without just outright fucking like putting a hole through it. This
Yeah,
this has been fucking great. Sig optics, okay, in particular, specifically, are pretty fucking good to go, I'll say.
yeah. I would say if you get as an intro gun, um, you get a Smith and Wesson M&P 2 or 3, throw a Sig optic on it,
Hmm.
and like a ProTac Surefire or a Streamlight ProTac on
Yep.
it. That's going to do a majority of what you need to
Solid.
do.
Solid.
And by the time that shit wears out, you should be good enough and have been able to save enough money to get a BCM or
Hmm.
something like that. I'm not a huge proponent of PSA. I've had and currently own a bunch of PSAs because once, you know, like I said at the beginning of this, once you get your good rifle, then
Hmm.
if you have the money, go buy whatever the fuck you want, right? Have
Right.
fun with it. So some cheaper builds, some concept builds, I'd do them with PSAs, but I would upgrade all the parts in them,
Hmm.
right? So I might get the one with the FN Cold Hammer Forge barrel,
Hmm.
and then I'd throw um, a Sons of Liberty Gunworks bulk carrier in it,
Hmm.
and I'd go get all the nice parts, throw a nice trigger in it. But as a whole purchase, and even with the sabers, I hear the sabers are okay, but why would I spend that much money on a PSA?
Yeah.
If I'm
And
spending that much, I would go with a
my
more
question
reputable
is,
brand.
yes, the material is better, but is the investment also being spent on better quality control? You know what I'm saying? Because that's
Right.
hands down PSA's biggest shortcoming is probably their quality control. You know what I'm saying? You hear glowing reviews from different content creators and shit like that, and then like you just actually look at smaller channels or fucking cringe Reddit posts or something like that, and they're like, this thing fucking blew up on me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And the times have changed a little bit, man. Because like
yeah.
before, I could say get a Colt for that mid level, but now it's like, do you really want a Colt? Like I have
No.
a Colt lower, and it's nice. It's actually all 100% in spec.
Mm-hmm.
It worked great because I
Yeah.
my URGI build, I wanted it to be not a perfect clone, but a semi clone of like what SF is issued. So
Mm-hmm.
I threw a Colt on it, URG on it, URGI. I threw the URGI optic mount and a Vortex 1 to 6, and I got a Surefire can on it, and
Mm-hmm.
it's been flawless.
Yeah.
But I also had an is it the AR-15 A4? It's like the M16,
From
the
Colt.
civilian M16 that they have. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it
Yeah. Yeah.
it was fucked. It was completely out of spec in
Really?
multiple areas. Yeah, they didn't
Yikes.
even screw down the bolt holding the pistol grip on tight. The pistol grip was wobbly when I got it out of the
Oh
box,
no, man.
and I'm like, what? What the fuck is this?
Not the
So
Colt
I
I
wouldn't even say
remember.
Colt. Yeah, man. I hate to be this guy, but get what you can afford
Mm-hmm.
so you have a rifle. and then as soon as you can, buy a BCM or a Daniel Defense or a Geisley. And especially if you're a mass shooter, go straight to the Daniel Defense. Keep the pistol grip,
There it is.
grip all the way at the end.
People were
That's
asking.
what you want. Put some silver Sharpie fucking writing on the side.
Yep.
It's perfect.
Subscribe to PewDiePie.
Well, I mean, the quality is there.
Yeah. Undoubtedly. Oh, this is a sample size of one, but I had gotten my cousin into buying an AR because he was like, I want to own a gun. I'm just like, yeah, sure, I'll point you in the right direction. Fucking, I gave him a list of different brands to look at, different shops or online vendors to sort of deal hunt and stuff like that. And he was able to get a DDM4 fucking for like it was like fucking 40% off.
Yeah.
Maybe this is why, but fucking he had gotten it, bought it online, had it shipped to FFL, whatever, and fucking the handguard, like the capture point where the handguard screws into the upper receiver, you know how they do like their monolithic sort of shit.
Yeah.
Fucking, they were over torqued so much that the two, like the threads and the handguard fucking contact points were like bent in and touching on like all four bolts. And fucking he was like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, that's not right. I'm like, that's way too fucking tight. And he had emailed Daniel Defense to try and get like an RMA, and he was just like, there's really nothing wrong with it. You shouldn't have to worry about it. It's like, what the fuck do you mean? It's like, did I not just like drop a grip on a fucking rifle that theoretically should be in spec? Like, this is obviously way too fucking tight. Like, this ain't what I bought. Like, he didn't buy a blem. He showed me the post. It wasn't a blem. He's like, so what the fuck is this?
I would say, back to the guy's question, I don't have those brands off the top of my head because I'm not in that market. And I haven't kept a close eye on it recently, so I don't have the best up-to-date information. I would say these two things. If I were to spend $1,000 or slightly less than $1,000 on a rifle right now, in my situation, I'm looking at like an H&R with a carry handle. I think that's probably where my money will go next. Obviously not the top tier. I want that retro vibe. And to the point of your video you've made, I love a slim down rifle, bare bones rifle, maybe just a red dot on it or just iron sights. Yeah, everyone, you're gonna get killed in the streets. You don't have a white light. I don't fucking care. Sometimes it'll work. It still shoots, and I like it. So I haven't heard anything bad from the H&R side of the house. And then also, if you're looking for deals, Mr. Guns and Gear puts out. Sometimes I see deals that he puts out, and they're ridiculous.
Yes, like fucking.
So keep an eye on that.
I've seen URGI uppers that were like fucking like $600. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, bro.
I was looking for a Glock 17 with the KOA system, and I couldn't find him. And I just see him posting there. I got him in stock here, and I'm like, holy shit! How do you have access to these? Where do you get this information?
Literally.
So he's a good one to follow.
Cat, calm down. Oh my god, this fucking guy. Relax.
I think KAK is a decent brand.
I was going to bring that up
from them. They sent me. They told me specifically, do not call it a dissipator, but it's a real dissipator. Rifle length, 16-inch gun. I don't know why they didn't want to get in some legal fight with them, but I still called it the dissipator. So
it is what it is, you know?
Yeah. So, but it was quality. I enjoyed that.
Nice. Yeah, I had so I would agree that CAC does do some good stuff. Particularly if you shop around on their website, they sometimes do these they call them their World War III blowout builds, and I feel like it's just some shit that they like put together, like scrap shit around the shop. You know, it's just like shit that's like overstock or something like that. Because I had gotten a mid-length 18-inch upper that had like an extended A-tube cage on it, so it was like a full 20-inch, but it was a cucked 20-inch. And
Yeah.
that gun ran like a fucking champ, and that was supposed to be their just like hodgepodge whatever, and it's like a screaming deal. It's always like at least a fucking $150 cheaper than their normal selection. It's all new stuff too. Like it's not
Whoever
returns or
those
anything
guys
like
are
that.
over there, they have a little bit of schizo in them,
Oh
and
yeah,
I appreciate that.
they're
There's something off in a good way about them, and I'm here for it.
they're also like super active in the community too. Like if you go on their Reddit page or whatever, like you see people asking questions. They're like responding like damn near to like every post. It seems like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
I like those guys
they're
over there.
not afraid to like sell shit and then just like hide behind fucking the corporate wall. You know what I'm saying? Like they're actually
Mhm.
members of the community, I would say. So they're good to go. I've heard of some people saying, just generally speaking, that they've had some quality control issues. But I mean, if they're easy to go a hold of, then I'm sure they're more than willing to fucking fix the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the problem that you
Yeah.
can run into sometimes. Is like these companies are so big, or sometimes they pretend to be fucking so big that they're like way hard to fucking get a hold of. Um,
I think most of the time they're
unlike
pretending.
Geisley, whose DMs are open apparently. So fucking and they pretend to be super hard to get a hold of. So it's like if you need something RMA'd, because shit happens, whatever, fucking human error, or well, fucking dual tooling, whatever the fuck, anything can happen. Fucking, but if they're actually willing to work with you and get the shit right, then it's like I'm more than willing to work with a company that has the quote unquote stain of having like subpar or par quality control issues, because it's like if I could just get it fixed and especially not pay anything for it, or have the inconvenience of waiting 2 weeks while it gets fucking swapped out. I mean, some of these companies will just like be like, oh yeah, what's the matter? Fucking the charging handle's bent or some shit like that. Here, we're gonna send you a new one. You know what I'm saying? And that's that. So, yeah,
Yeah,
CAC's pretty good to go in my opinion.
I would agree.
As far as lower cost stuff, I had talked about this on another stream with GWatt. You know, it's kind of crazy how much the quality changes. Like, it's weird. It's like $700 and below is basically all the same. Damn near everything is like you're gonna find cheaper parts. Fucking maybe poor quality control, shit like that. And fucking once you go above that, it's just like this huge step up in fucking quality and customer service and all that. Because I take that shit into account. It's like how well does the company actually respond to shit? Because I mean, you can get a good one, but if you get a lemon or something like that, and you're trying to fix it, like I said, and if you get fucked out of some bad customer service, then that fucking sucks. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
it's like, what do you do then? You have this investment that you're fighting to fucking get taken care of. But like the sub 700-800 buck margin is basically like damn near all the same, and so that's kind of like why I'm like, if you're really tight on a budget and you're like trying to do one and done, I'm like I would just fucking just wait and go for like BCM or something like that. You know what I mean?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, BCM is the lowest cost of entry to these solid guns,
Yeah,
right?
I would
I
agree.
think they're a little bit less than the
Like without
Geisleys.
sales,
They're
by the
definitely
way,
less.
without sales
Yeah.
or anything like that.
So, and I've owned two BCMs. I've literally never met a single person that wasn't impressed with their BCM. Not necessarily because it's flashy, because it's not flashy,
Hmm.
but it works every time. It's almost always in spec.
Yep.
I personally have never heard of anyone get one where the quality control had failed. I'm sure it's out there, but I've never personally encountered that.
Yeah.
And they're just it's a fucking balls to the wall AR-15 that's going to run.
Yeah. No doubt, no doubt. Fucking, I think honestly, like if we're talking about the quote unquote higher entry level shit, if you can catch a fucking like BCM blems, dude, if you go on their website, they always have blems available. You know, and like my upper is a blem. I'm looking at it right now. Fucking, I couldn't find the blem on it. It was what the fuck was it? It was the it was the upper, like where the charging handle latch sits, like the where like it flips over that little detent area on the upper.
Yeah.
That had a little bit of a very small gouge in it. I'm like, this is nothing, and it was
I bought two
200
blem
bucks
products
cheaper.
from different companies,
Mm-hmm.
and I've never found the blems. So I think
Yeah.
that's like a common thing. They're not going to sell you something that's totally marred the fuck up.
No. Yeah.
Like
Like it got
it's
ran over.
borderline going to be invisible.
Mm-hmm. And that, and I'll say like you said with Mr. Guns and Gear, his new newsletter. I've seen URGI uppers on there. I've for screaming deals, dude. Screaming deals, like cheaper than blem fucking BCM uppers and stuff like that. And I was like, oh fuck, like that. I think that's gonna be my next upper is a fucking 11.5 URGI. I think that would be the sex, honestly.
Yeah, I like the idea for 11.5 URGI, but I think what I'm going to go with, and here's what I fucking hate, and I don't know where you stand on this. I would
Okay.
imagine it's similar to me.
Mm-hmm.
I've been looking at the H&Rs, and they have a 12.5, like
Okay.
car 15,
Yeah.
but it's the fucking Israeli version. And it's got the Star of
Okay.
David on it. and
Oh
I
no!
can't-
No! 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 No!
I physically
No!
can't do that. But I look at it and it's like everything else about the rifle. I'm like, this is perfect. It's a 12.5. Like it's like the gray upper. Like it's super cool. And then I zoomed in on the pictures. I was like, what's that fucking roll mark there? And I saw it and I was like, oh my God, what are they doing? Stop this.
Dude, that's you can't like it has to be a meme build at that point.
Can you
Like-
imagine showing up with your boys and they're like, oh, look at that. And they just hold it like, wait, what?
No, dude, kick him out, dude.
Yeah.
He's canceled from White Boy Summer, dude. He's
Like, why do you
fucking
have this taped
done.
up on the side? No, don't
That
take tape
sucks.
off, please. The serial numbers under there.
Yeah, literally. You buy it for like a fucking screaming deal, and you're just at home with the sandpaper, like trying to fucking rub it off. He's got this big bear mark on your lower.
I had it in my cart forever, and then I was like, I wonder if it's marked up with that. Because as long as it doesn't have the markings on it and they sell it as that, I don't care, right? But
Yeah,
then I zoomed in, I was like, there's no fucking way.
it's
I
like
can
that is
remove from cart.
that is tooled in place. Like it is not. We're not talking about a simple laser engraving or a paint job. It is one with the upper or with the lower. Oh
Terrible.
God, yeah. No, that's a deal breaker. That sucks too. Fuck. Unreal. I've only had one 12.5, and I've wrestled with it. Fucking the whatchamacallit, the barrel length video that I did. It doesn't really have a whole lot ballistically to offer over like 11.5 or something like that. You're just kind of paying, for more barrel and like maybe an additional 20-30 fucking feet per second extra or some shit like that at most ranges. It has a little bit better range at like 150 yards, or better velocities at 150 yards, but it's nothing to necessarily write home about. However, the one thing that sort of made me reconsider, as it were, I mean, more is more regardless, which is great with 5.56, but fucking I didn't realize, because I had shot the whatchamacallit, the fucking the standard issue goon rifle build that I did, that goofy ass 7.5 build. Rail space is like fucking you like grabbing straws inch by inch for anything under like 14.5. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fucking it's like
Struggle with that.
weird,
I have a 10.5.
huge jumps between 10.5, 11.5, and 12.5. Like it just seems like so much. Like it's, even though it's like just an inch. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I have a 10.5
glad it's
and
there.
the rail space gets on my fucking nerves sometimes. So I kind of stripped it down. I did have a lamb on there and everything, and I got it now. It just has a white light, but I don't put a pressure pad on it because I have a front sight post on the front, and it's like, for me to do that, I'd have to hold damn near the the muzzle or the bore area, and I'm like, fuck this shit.
Hold on a sec, sorry. Fucking Geisley said that they would do an equal trade. Um, my one of my masks for a trigger. I think that's a fair trade if you ask me.
Do it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'd be willing to donate them the hockey mask if they display it somewhere.
Dude,
If
hang
they
it
have
up
it.
hang it up in an office or like in the lobby or something like that. That would be fucking outstanding. That's some
For a
shit,
while, I
dude.
had it. I had it at my desk at work, and people
Really?
were like, "What the fuck is that?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, don't worry about it."
Don't worry
They
about it.
had no
Yeah.
idea. Just, I
If you
looked
gotta
at it
ask, you don't
like
need to know.
like Jim Carrey looking at the mask, like I have to put it on. I
Fucking
have
Green
to
Goblin.
fucking do this.
It's
Yeah.
it's talking to
Green Goblin
me.
meme.
Yeah.
That's right.
You don't have to do this, Chris.
Just put it on, start calling everyone faggots.
Right.
Just go to town.
Dude. Yeah, that's something that like I don't have a whole lot to talk about outside of like this, you know, so like when I'm at work it's like fucking peeling my skin off just trying to make small talk about anything. You know what I'm saying? Like I spent all of my autistic points on gun stuff. So, you know,
Oh,
trying to
I go to town on fucking conspiracies. I've got my
that
whole
too.
crew now. They don't believe the moon landing is real.
Good.
I'm like
Good.
every single time we go in, there's something else,
Man.
and we have a good time with it. It's just all we do. We run calls, fire
Mhm.
calls, and then we're back talking about conspiracies. And then the chief will come by, and we'll be like, "What do you think about this?" And he'll be like, "I've got to fucking leave. You guys are idiots." He doesn't get it. And we're like, "All right, bye, chief."
Damn. Yeah, no, that's been a big like dude, finding the guy like so I'm a union carpenter. So, it's pretty common for me to bounce around jobs and stuff like that. Like you're always, you know, working yourself out of a job. And so like whenever I show up to like somewhere new and it's like I find that one guy who is just like he's like it was this 21-year-old kid fucking at my job. He just like came up to me like out of nowhere and he's just like, "Do you support Israel?" I was like, "Yeah, dude. I'm like, me and this guy are gonna be friends. I
Why would
already
you do
know."
that?
I'm like, "Why do you ask?" He's like, "'Cause I don't like him." I'm like, "Dude." I'm like, "My man, fucking dap him up right there." like, let's talk after lunch.
Yeah, we lately we've been watching Palm Beach Pete videos at work, just fucking shaking our heads.
Damn, bro. No shit.
Look at his teeth. Look at his
Look at
fucking
his
teeth.
teeth. The physiog. Look at the slope of his forehead. Dude, that rocks. Yeah, I need that. Like, if I don't have that at work, it's just like I'm I'm just gonna work there until I find somewhere else to work because I'm like I said, it's like peeling my fucking skin off, trying to just be like, how many times are we gonna talk about the fucking weather this week? Like, I'm gonna fucking kill myself, dude.
The normie
Literally,
conversation, I can't even partake.
these motherfuckers literally cannot envision an apple in their head and spin it around and make it explode. And it fucking blows my mind. You know?
You know, going back to that whole bell curve thing, I literally have now started watching sports again
Yeah.
just to feel like a regular person. Not
Just to have
because
something
I'm
to
paying
talk about.
attention. Yes, literally. I don't even give a fuck. But I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm not, you know, you start watching it because you're a normie idiot. Then you stop
Mhm.
watching it, you're just doing schizo shit, and then you go back to it just so people think you're normal.
Mhm.
Because I'm like, I'm from Atlanta, and then we won the world, or we were in the World Series, and people were asking me like, "Oh, do you like this?" I'm like, I didn't even know they were in the World Series. And they're like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "It's fake and gay. I don't
Yeah.
care."
Ah, yes, bread and circus. Thank you. I'll have some more,
Yeah.
please.
So I've been getting back. Not like I don't follow it, but like there's a game on at my house from time to time, and my wife's like, "Oh, it's nice. You're watching the game again."
Mhm.
And I'm on Twitter, fucking making schizo posts while the game is on. Like,
Mhm.
and that's my other gay man outfit. Jerseys,
Jerseys, yeah.
jerseys. Yep, that's the real gray man. It's gay though because you're wearing another man's name on your back, which is super homo.
Yeah.
But just you fit in, right?
Mm.
Hawaii. I'm a big Hawaiian shirt guy, and I don't like how my Hawaiian shirts have been co-opted, and the
Yeah.
fucking leftists are like, oh, you know what that means? I've been doing this shit since
Yeah.
2007.
Right.
This is
This
this is
ain't
how I
new.
dressed.
This ain't new.
No, I can carry a large gun under a big, oversized, fucking loose-fitting Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah. No, it's weird. It's weird how much you don't fit in if you don't watch the genetically modified fucking Banana Man sport ball game. You know what I'm saying? Fucking.
I just the worst are the NBA guys, the guys who
I
just fucking.
no. That's where I draw the
I
fucking
can't do
line.
it.
And
No,
they're so like.
the cuck attitude of
Yes,
white
I'm like
dudes
they're
that are
so
just fucking enthralled with it.
autistically like enthralled by every single little fucking detail and statistic about these like it's a fucking game, bro. It is a fucking game, and none of them give a fuck about you. Like,
I can't even. I actually shouldn't even have brought that up. I'm about to go on a racist tirade, just talking about white guys who watch the NBA. I can't.
go
I
ahead,
can't even go there.
dude.
No, I can't. You'll get a fucking strike.
Fuck it. Oh well. Yeah, no, I already got one. I gotta be careful. Fucking.
Oh yeah. Just wait till they start giving them to you without reason.
Yeah,
You
that was the first
you-
one. It was literally like they had said
Bastards.
that I was fucking facilitating sales of like accessories or some shit like that. I'm like, no, I wasn't. Like in that video, and it was in my fucking chest rig video, and fucking the timestamp that they gave me, I was talking about a fucking IFAC, like that I had bought for my belt, and I talked about the company where it came from, which all they sell is medical gear. I'm like, where the fuck did they get this from? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like,
Oh, I
I have no
had
idea.
a shit ton of videos where I broke the rules.
Oh,
I
we
made
know.
a conscious
We know.
decision about 10 or 15 videos in that I don't care about the rules.
Yeah.
The channel will go nowhere. I assumed it would not be successful, so I was like, I'll just break the rules. Who cares? I'll
Yeah.
talk about what I want. And I had maybe 60 videos.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got my first strike, and I'd broken the rules in almost every single video leading up to that point. And the video that I got hit for is because I was talking about Jesus in the video.
Oh, it all suddenly made sense.
Yep. And I was that's when I truly realized. And I was like, who owns YouTube?
Mm.
And then I went down that deep dive.
Yeah. How many hyperlinks do I have to click on before we see balls named mentioned?
Yeah.
Probably like
Exactly.
5.
Why was their early life deleted from this
Yeah,
fucking
right.
Wiki post?
Suddenly it's
Interesting.
anti-Semitic to see what see who people's parents were.
Luckily, we've got to the point where that word has no meaning. Just like being
Yeah,
a
good.
misogynist, just like being a racist, just like being a transphobe or a homophobe, all those are worthless now.
Yep,
Anti-Semitic is also worthless.
it is. It is. And
It holds no meaning.
I
And the
have-
only people who use it are the Epstein-held
Yeah.
individuals or literal
the guilty
Jews
party,
themselves, diehard
the
Jews.
the
Yeah.
guilty parties associated. Fucking dude, I have so much hope for the younger generation. They're so fucking base, and I love it, dude. Like,
I'd never expected it to go this quick. Like
Yeah.
when I first started the channel, I wasn't J-pilled. I didn't. I had not gone down that rabbit hole, and I was a normie in that regard. And
Mhm.
I would kick people out of my fucking chat because they would say shit, and because I
Really?
feel stupid about it. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
you didn't
I-
know.
but I
You
did
didn't
it.
know. You didn't know. You know.
exactly. And so that's why I'm more open to it now because I'm like the realization hit. Like I felt this so strongly about the idiots who fell for COVID, and then I'm like, but I fell for that.
Hmm.
You know, so there's hope for people out there.
Yeah.
But I was a year and a half in to YouTube before I even went down that rabbit hole.
Mm. No shit.
And when I
Pretty
went down
established
it, I was like,
by then.
yeah, I had probably 50 or 60,000 subs
Hmm.
by the time it hit me. And then I remember specifically because what I would do is I would go hang out with my buddy Chief, and we'd walk around his land, and we'd drink and fuck off and do other things that I'm not going to mention.
Hmm.
And we would be very creative. We'd come up with the funniest fucking shit, the funniest skits, the best ideas, the most creative talking points on camera,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'd go make a video. And I remember specifically having a conversation with him, and we were like, how long is it going to take before everyone else realizes what we just realized about
Mm-hmm.
a certain small country in the Middle East?
Mm-hmm.
And we both came to the
Illegitimate one.
conclusion it's going to be like 10 or 15 years before it's mainstream enough to talk about. And 2 fucking years later, it's completely normal.
Acceleration,
And I was
baby.
like, out of all the predictions I've made, most of them have come true. They just took a little bit longer than I thought. I jumped the gun on the timeline.
Yeah.
But with Israel, that one happened 10 times faster than I thought it
Yeah.
would.
You know,
And there's no
by no fault
stopping
of
it.
their own. You know, they kind of have this weird affinity with like shooting themselves in the foot in the public eye. You know what I'm saying? Thinking
Yeah,
that
they
nobody would
can't
know.
help it.
The internet age has got the J people fucking punch in the air right now. You
Have
know
you
what I'm
seen the new
saying?
meme with the soldier who's taking the video of them with the teeth
Oh,
and everything?
you mean that fucking
Oh,
freak? That fucking genetic
yeah, the
freak?
mongoloid. Yeah,
The mongoloid, that troglodyte.
yeah, dude. That's fucking ridiculous.
Oh my
It's
god.
like you couldn't have made like you couldn't have made a better
Like
picture
you would think this is
on
like
paper of that.
a cartoon turned real life or something like AI generated, and it's fucking
The
real.
gum to
It's
teeth
fucking
ratio never lies. It never fails.
for like I'm talking. I had never even seen a fucking a man with forelocks in a military uniform before. I'm like, there's no way, and it's fucking real, dude. Like, holy
Have you
fucking
seen the
shit.
tactical Torah they're carrying around now?
No, no.
They've got it's literally I'm not exaggerating. I think the number is a 175-liter pack that they have, and it's got a tactical Torah scroll in it they're
A
carrying around on the front
scroll.
line. Yeah.
The
And
ancient scroll.
I was pondering this, I was pontificating
Mm.
on, I wonder if they got a Talmud around. But then
Mm.
it's like, that can't fall into enemy hands,
No, that would be bad for
Imagine
business.
that.
Even though
Yeah.
it's fucking available online. Fuck,
It's so ridiculous.
dude.
They can scrub the internet all they want, but too many people know. Something's going to happen.
You know, dude, that was actually a video I was gonna make. Um, I was gonna
That was a
title
video
it.
that was going to get deleted from YouTube
Yeah,
against your will.
eventually. Yeah, if not right away. Fucking was
Strike two
basically
was
yeah.
this
Here it
next
is.
video.
The one of the second to last nail in the coffin. Fucking
Yeah.
was talking about like how this what we got going on here right now, what we're doing, cannot go on forever. The way that things are going, it will not go on
No.
forever, and that like obviously the more quote unquote extreme views and opinions and schools of thought, ideologies, whatever you want to call them, those are going to get pushed out first, but people aren't really going to give a fuck because they're like, oh, well, it makes sense, or I don't necessarily agree with it, but then it's the old fucking adage of like, oh, well, uh, I wasn't a fucking, what's it called? First they came for fucking dissidents, but I wasn't a dissident, so I didn't worry, or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck. That is like the real war is the information war, the war online. The war of ideas, fucking the war of public opinion and public support, and people like I would argue to say people like you and me are obviously you as a shining example. Fucking can't even get a fucking YouTube channel anymore, which is fucking retarded. Um, but like, I'm sitting here thinking, I'm just trying to stand on fucking business and make videos saying what I want to say. Obviously, not being too crazy with it because I want to talk to people for as long as I can and share my ideas and have a fucking circle of influence and build a community and stuff like that. Um, but who's to say that fucking tomorrow policy change doesn't or comes to happen and I'm fucking booted off the platform? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I think it'll be far worse than policy change.
Hmm.
I think just the going down, there's a name for it, and I can't think of the name of the process, but where you think of a situation and it's like, okay, if this happens, XYZ happens. And then
Hmm.
you war game, if X happens, then Y, then Z. And then then the after effects of all of those. So you come out with all the outcomes possible.
Mm-hmm.
And then so you're looking at like a percentage chance of things happening, but you've got all of them included, right? So you've thought of all the possibilities. It's going to be one of these. What is the most likely?
Right.
And when I do that with this subject, um, the compromise on our elites and politicians is so great and so grave
Yeah.
that whoever's holding it, Mossad, Israel,
Hate to break it to you.
they still hold that compromise, which is why we're doing what they want.
Yeah.
Right. So that those files, they might not exist inside the United States, but they exist somewhere else. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That shit still is there in play. And the more the people wake up to this, the more they have to do the meme and shut it down. They're
Yeah.
going to have to continue to crack down.
Yep.
And then at some point, something's going to give where all these politicians age out. And hopefully it doesn't take that long. But most of them are already old as shit anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And enough people, not just one, not just two, but, 50, 100 of serious politicians that are not on board with the current agenda come in and they flip the fucking script. They flip the tables, if you will, like Big JC did.
Like the Big J
back in
man
the day.
did.
Yes. And when that happens, it's an existential threat for Israel, right? So they will Samson option. They'll do whatever. It'll probably be more subversive than
Blue
that.
beam, something like that.
There's gonna be something, and
Yeah.
it has to happen based on the trajectory we're at. It's just when.
Yeah.
When will that happen?
Yep.
And I
Oh,
look
yeah.
forward to the day that one of these AI systems just up and leaks it. Right? it finds where it's located.
The right logic
somehow.
pattern comes to fruition.
just-
To fucking.
I think that's the most likely outcome is the AI gets a hold of it, but then they're also going to use the deep fakes to their advantage.
Oh yeah,
They're
everything
gonna
is
claim
AI.
all these are deep
Everything.
fakes. Yeah.
I'm
But the
waiting for
damage
that
will
to
be
fucking
done.
be a thing in a courtroom somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, these emails, they're AI actually, or they're not real,
Yeah.
or fucking these
It's all going to
photos are
happen at
AI.
once. It's not by mistake that all these are converging at the same time.
Yeah, everything, everywhere, all at once, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Civil War, Revolutionary War, and World War will commence simultaneously.
and probably aliens just for the hell of it, you know?
Yeah, they're going to use the alien. I feel like the aliens are the Hail Mary.
Oh yeah, dude.
and
Once I
or
hear
the endgame.
aliens, I'm just like, like here we go, dude.
The thing that they're not prepared for is nobody's going to believe it.
Yeah, that's the direction
normies
we're
that
heading.
watch sports ball will believe it, but all the people who are on board with the same line of thinking we have, they're not going to buy it,
Yeah,
and that's going to be a problem.
yeah.
So I truly am of the belief of those. I don't know the brand name of them, but it's like Gucci or Louis Vuitton, the guillotines, the electronic guillotine, conspiracy that went around a few
Yeah.
years ago. I truly believe it's going to be shit like that. All dissidents are going to be rounded up. They're going to attempt to, sort of in a modern twist with the biblical prophecies. I think all that's really going to happen.
Christians being persecuted, things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
don't-
agree.
I don't know if it's my gut tells me just by reading the Bible, I think Islam is going to play a key role, but like I'm not afraid of the Islam countries, right? Like they're fucking retarded. I'm not worried about them. But I think they're the longer term issue because if they gain power, I think it lines up sort of with the revelation in the Bible. I think potentially Islam is that final factor coming in, but they're the ones who destroy Israel. And then that power grows, and then they gain power in Russia, and then that might be the next phase of this. But the immediate threat is absolutely Israel,
Yeah,
100%.
I think it's clear.
And
That's
them
an
saying
interesting
it's-
take.
it's
I've never
Islam
heard
and
of
all this.
the Islamic country being sort of like the
I
final
saw
phase.
something. I'll send it to you. There's, and I might be wrong. I have not done the deep dive. I've seen some compelling videos, but we all know how easy it is for the compelling videos to
course.
be wrong. But I'll try to send them to you. seen a few from some Christian dudes, and they're just comparing the rise of Islam in Europe, and obviously it's already in the Middle East,
Yeah.
to certain passages in Revelation,
Hmm.
and
Which is
what
purported by Israel, by the way. That's
yes, and what Islam says about the final times and everything.
hmm
It somewhat coincides together. Like they mimic each other at times. So I think there's a role to be played by that. And if
okay.
Israel gets wiped out, who's the most likely group of individuals to wipe them out? Right?
Hmm.
It's the neighboring Islamic countries, which
Right.
I'm all for. I don't give a fuck. Do it, right? Like
Have fun, you know.
not my fucking problem,
Right.
right? But if they get wiped out, if there's another problem that arises, where would that come from?
Yeah. Secondary follow-on sort of
Yes.
issues out of the pan and into the fire sort of deal. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I don't think it would
But
be
this
like
whole
something
rhetoric,
that's like a surprise or anything. I think it would be something that's sort of like you could see coming. So at least you could do as much as you can to plan for it. You know what I mean? It's not like it'll be like you'll wake up tomorrow morning and be like, oh yeah, I literally can't even say the thing I was gonna say because it would 100% fucking blow my channel up like a nuclear bomb. Fucking
yeah.
basically, the J country deleted like out of nowhere. It's like that's never gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like it would be like this sort of death by a thousand cuts sort of approach. You know?
And it's going to be parasitic to the max. Like
Right.
as that threat rises to them,
Hmm.
it wouldn't surprise me if all the Epstein class is like, all Israelis are coming to the United States. Right. We'll do a mass
Dude.
fucking exodus when they
Dude,
come here. Like
imagine.
I don't
Fucking
put anything by
imagine,
them.
bro. Fucking imagine.
Yeah.
I
I-
now that you say it, I could totally 100% see that happening.
but I have no idea. That's the other thing. A lot of I'm just foreshadowing here because I can see comments and people like, what the fuck is this talking? I don't know. I'm just war game. I'm just coming up with ideas.
But it
Just
makes sense though.
spitballing,
It's literally
right?
logical. Like the way the direction that our fucking media, government, XYZ, the upper fucking 1% of our country, basically everybody who runs the country, they're so fucking pro-Israel that at a moment's notice, I mean, we're literally fighting wars for them. We're sending them tons and tons of fucking money for whatever the fuck. Like, literally, it's retarded. Like, we're a fucking cash cow for them. And literally in Indiana, our fucking governor wants to send them $60 million to invest in in-state Israeli tech firms. For fucking what? Like, why? What is the fucking point? You know what I'm saying?
Because that
Like,
person has APAC
of
donors
course,
and or is
obviously,
compromised.
we fucking know that, but it's like, how the fuck can you like make it make sense to literally anybody else? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think even fucking normies could look at that and be like, well, why wouldn't we want to fucking invest in like, you know, native-born Americans to fucking create like
Normies
these
let
tech
me
companies and
down
shit like that.
more and more every time I encounter them. Like they suckle the teat of the nightly Fox News Hannity stuff. Like if it
Yeah,
doesn't come from there, they don't
it's not
believe
real.
it, and you're
Yeah.
crazy. And it's insane to me. And like I love Twitter, but like the amount of bots on
Oh,
Twitter
dude. Yeah.
and fake profiles is insane. It's staggering. Like
Yeah.
I literally have found myself furiously like responding to people, and I get like 3 or 4 down
You're
in
like,
the
wait,
thread, and I'm like,
wait. What am I
I've been
doing?
fucking talking
I'm
to
being
nobody.
duped
Like
right now. Yeah.
I fell for the bait. Like
Yep.
fuck me. What am I doing?
Yeah. Which is funny because when fucking Elon Musk was buying Twitter, like that was this whole thing that holding up the process of him buying it is because fucking whatever the horse fucker dude's name is, fucking he was
Dorsey.
trying to give him this, yeah, Jack Dorsey, fucking when he was selling it, he gave him this astronomical number, either trying to get him to back down or just go for it and be a dumbass. Fucking so he was just like, well, I need to know like what the actual user amount is, and he gave him the bullshit with the bot number, and fucking it became this whole court case, and it came
Remember
to
that now.
yeah, and it came to be that like 70% of its users are bots,
Yes.
like an astronomical fucking majority of the users are bots on X at the time of Elon purchasing it, or prior to. So, like, to think that now that it's still obvious that there's bots on there, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I commend you for being able to use X as much as you do. I'm like, I would lose my fucking mind. Like, I'm mainly active like
It's
for
gotten
socials and
worse.
shit. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, it seems like they had like a golden era for a bit when it first
6 months to a
changed
year
hands.
ago, it was fucking. It was you. We were
Right.
raw dogging life.
Yeah,
It was
dude.
awesome. I loved
Yes.
it. And now it's just kind of
Falling
these
back into the same
talking
shit.
pieces like the Jack Posobics and the fucking Loomers. It just. How about that Loomer fucking reptile? That bitch makes me want to gouge my fucking eyes out.
Dude.
And then Trump is listening to her, like letting her come to the White House. Like, what the fuck
Isn't that
is
like a
going on in our
weird
country?
fucking in 2026, the year of our Lord, fucking isn't it like a weird sort of virtue signal that like you could tell somebody's uh um moral compass by whether or not Trump supports them or not?
Yeah,
Especially
it's
lately.
wild.
Especially
If you
lately.
disagree with him at all, like look what they did to Joe Kent, man.
Hmm.
That
Yeah.
one blows my mind. And I don't know Joe Kent, right? Like, but
Mhm.
at face value, the shit he's saying seems like he knows what he's talking about.
Right.
And I could be wrong, right? But
A
like
voice of
I don't know
reason.
what I don't know. But yeah, and then he just absolutely shuts him down. And we all know Alex Jones is more than likely a controlled op. But then him shitting on Alex Jones,
That's what
like,
that makes me question that approach though, because Alex Jones was so pro Trump for
and
so
now
fucking
now
long. For
Jones is
so
talking
long.
about
Like he
Israel.
was crushed. Like fucking when he lost the last election, fucking, going through the whole fucking legal process of, weaponizing the judicial system against him and shit like that. Like he was like fucking Trump's number one fan, and he had so much trust put in him, and then like you really saw that facade start to crack when Trump started sort of falling back, or rather pulling back the what's it called, the deportation things. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
in the first year, there was only
Like it
like
seemed like
200,000.
it was gonna
It was
be
like nothing.
awesome. And
And he's just like, what the
dude,
fuck is going on? Like, it's like there's nothing. Like, nothing is being done anymore. Fucking, he's like, and defending fucking people that were associated with like the Epstein trial and shit like that. Like, or just straight up covering it and saying that it wasn't real, even though 2 weeks prior, there was evidence being released about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just doubled back on fucking everything, and Alex Jones
the
was
amount
fucking
of
crushed over it.
backwards double speak is outrageous.
Oh yeah.
Especially with the Epstein files.
Oh
there
yeah.
are there are no Epstein files.
You're still
We
talking
released
about
Epstein
that
files
freak?
part 1, right? Oh, I've got 10,000 fucking Epstein files on my desk. There's thousands of hours of him raping
yeah.
people. Oh, there's nothing. We don't have anything. Oh, we released them. Oh, now we're deleting parts of them.
Yeah.
And you caught us, and now, oh, we're not going to release
Yeah.
anymore.
The most,
but
hey,
we're
by
gonna
the way,
fire
the
Pam
most
Bondi and Bongino
transparent
steps down.
fucking administration in history, by the way. Just to fucking clarify.
I'm not going to say I called it, but not 2 years, a year and a half ago,
Come here.
I made a video talking about the Epstein files and Trump and Bondi and Cash Patel and Dan Bongino. And everything I said in that video came true.
No shit.
Because my thinking was, if the Epstein files are real,
Mm-hmm.
based on their behavior at that point, he can't let it get out. And these people
Yeah.
will cover for it.
Oh yeah.
And look what happened.
And look what happened.
And they started off so good. They tried, like, bringing in Doge. Like,
Mhm.
that was fun. Remember Big Balls? Like, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't know if his name was Big Balls. You know what I'm talking about, that
Yeah.
guy. The shit was fucking hilarious.
Yep.
It was so amusing, and it just itched that spot because of how fucked we'd been with Biden for so long that I was willing to sort of overlook all of the other things Trump was doing.
Yeah.
But it cannot be more clear now. Like, and here's the other thing. These retard leftists, I'll post something and I'll be critical of Trump, and they'll talk like I'm a Democrat. Like, I fucking hate you. What are you
Yeah.
talking about? Like, no.
Pause. We are not
Yeah.
the same. Hold right
No.
there, buddy.
Fuck you too. Like, fuck all of you. I'm not associated with this at all. And they're like, well, you voted for him. It's like, yeah, what the fuck was I supposed to do? And I
Dude.
remember talking, I was like, I don't even know if I'm gonna vote in the election. And people just fucking
They're
went
like,
wild. Like,
what?
yeah,
What?
not voting is a vote for the leftist. And now I say I'm not voting, and
Hey.
people are like, yeah, I'm not gonna vote either. It's like,
Hey, Malak or ball,
this,
bro. Malak or ball. Pick
yeah.
one.
I'm at the point where I'm sort of going along with the vibe of the Q, not QAnon people, because that's not what I'm getting at, but like the sovereign citizens. Like, me voting gives them consent.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
right.
I and all of them suck. Until somebody's good, worth voting for.
There's no representation.
Fuck it.
There's no
I'm not
real
let
representation
it emotionally
anymore.
Pull me in either direction because it's all fake and fucking gay.
Yeah. No, they're two sides of the same clipped coin.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
I just thought about that. I should write that down. I'm gonna put that on a T-shirt or
That's
something.
a good one.
All right, Kat, you gotta get down, buddy. Oh, okay, maybe you can stay. Never mind. Fucking let's see here. I gotta take a piss real quick. I've had like 4 high lifes and I'm about to blow. So I'm gonna take a piss real quick. Feel free to do the same if you have to. Otherwise, I don't. Are you on your phone right now doing the call?
Yeah, I'm just roaming around aimlessly in my garage. I think if I exit the screen, they won't be able to hear my voice. So I was going to say I'll look at the live chats and just discuss it. I'll just come up with some shit to rant about.
Okay, yeah, that should be easy.
I won't give you a strike.
I'll be all right. I'll be right back. All right, I'll be right back, buddy.
Joke's on him. He's about to get a strike. No, I'm just kidding. So how's it going, YouTube? And everywhere else this is being published. Feels good to be back. Feels a little bit weird being back online. This is my second live broadcast I've done in the past, week and a half or so. I'd like to do these more. I don't have the time to just do these from my own channel and set it all up like I used to. And to be completely frank, I don't care enough anymore to do that. I don't want to say I've moved on, because I still enjoy the interaction. I enjoy keeping up with everything, and especially speaking to other people in the industry, like your boy here, who he wasn't around when I was on YouTube, but I've enjoyed some of his videos. But being able to discuss that with people who are in the know, I think is important. And like I said the other week with Trench, as far as my YouTube channel was concerned, my goal when I started that was to move the content viewers of GunTube forward and make that baseline a little bit better, right? So when I started the YouTube channel, people were watching Southern Prepper 1, they were watching Nut and Fancy.
Such.
They were watching, I think Grantham was around back then. They were watching Grantham, but he was doing way lower level quality videos, more discussions with a black background. And I saw everyone, and they're, at the time, all they could focus on, what's my SHTF rifle? I need these 5 bug out rifles. Then it's like, let's get these guys to the standpoint of they have a rucksack. They know how much water to carry on. They've got a compass and a GPS. They know how to do basic infantry skills. They know how to land nav. So I don't know if y'all remember, I had videos on basic land navigation. We had an infantry assignment, like a platoon or a squad video. We had CQB videos. We had movement to contact videos. We had ambush tactic videos, everything. And my goal was never to become Grantham Jr. The goal was to get the baseline of the average viewer to the next level. So instead of sitting there and saying, what 5 guns do I need? They said, I've got the gun, I've got the gear, I know how to be a civilian version of an infantryman, a guerrilla, or a Minuteman, if you will, right? Those, cool phrases that we use. And then they can start worrying about the next stuff is how and when do we employ this shit? And that was something that I didn't know how to speak about on YouTube. And I guess luckily enough, I got the boot before I got the opportunity to start saying, hey, here's when and how you do this, which is, that's when the feds knock on your door or kick it down. But I do feel like we were a cog in the wheel, and the wheel did turn due to that. It might not have been much, but I don't think guys are sitting there searching for the 5 guns that they need anymore. And what to pack in your bug out bag. I think now guys have the gear, have the equipment. They're going to the range. They might not be up to snuff on all the skills, but they're chomping at the bit to find out how do we organize, when do we organize, why, and what do we do after we organize. And if that's where we're at now, then I think it was successful.
Brother, I think your influence on this community is a historical one. And I don't even mean that in like a fucking glazing kind of way. I think it is objectively true. You know what I'm saying? I think you had a fucking a voice in this sort of echo chamber, which it is from time to time, that really broke the stride of where GunTube was going, and people saw that and they were just like, fucking finally, dude, finally, like somebody making the sort of content that we've been looking for. And like I said, like I told you before, like it was pivotal in motivating me to make this channel. You know what I'm saying?
Well, everything changed. I'll tell you what the pivoting or pivotal factor was with the channel when it went from just a basic small channel to when I really felt like we were influencing people. At the time, YouTube Shorts had been around, but nobody really did them. And they changed the algorithm to where if you weren't posting frequent shorts, your longer format videos would not be in people's feeds.
Yeah.
And they sent out emails through the YouTube sent it out through Google and everything.
Yeah.
The creator, whatever the name is, they send it to your email talking about this, saying you're going to need to put out shorts. And another key factor happened is the guy who runs CRS Firearms that went to jail.
Yeah.
Before he went to jail, he
Fred
reached
Durst
out to me.
Jr.
He's like, yeah, exactly. He does look like Fred Durst. He reached out to me and he's like, hey, would you be open to me just giving you some advice on YouTube? And I think he had 100 or 200,000.
Like, hell yeah.
Subscribers at the time. I was like, yeah, man, it's cool to talk to you. I've watched your videos before. And he basically told me, you have a case of worst fucking thumbnails I've ever seen. And I was like, oh, shit. And he worded it, I'm paraphrasing, but he worded it very similar to that.
Yeah.
Like maybe he said, you have a case of like shit ass fucked up thumbnails that nobody's going to watch. It was brutal.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So I would send him my ideas of thumbnails and he'd give me some advice until I finally kind of nailed down what people would want to see. And I came to the conclusion of it's got to be a catchy title, right? You don't want to give them all the information up front because if you do, if you say, what's the number one SHTF rifle and you show it in the fucking thumbnail,
right in the beginning,
no one's going to click on it. So it had to leave a little mystery there, but you had to look cool. If you look like a fucking retard, no one's going to click on it. If you put in no effort, no one's going to click on it. And then you can make the title and then you can edit in words on the thumbnail picture that emphasize the title or give it a secondary supplemental piece of information, right? Or make a statement. And so I was like, cool. So I got that down. And with the algorithm, I was like, I got to make more content on these shorts. But, at the time I was doing a lot of tactics and gun stuff. And I'm like, I did almost 4 years in the Army. I'm not a 20-year Navy SEAL.
Me neither.
Right?
Me
so
neither.
If I'd been a career soldier or special operator, I could probably make shorts on this all day because I'd have that wealth of knowledge. but I don't have that. So I was like, what is something that I can indefinitely make content about? And I was like, well, I'm on Twitter all the time, like these current events. What if I just read off 4 or 5 current events from the last day, and I'll do every day. I'll put out a minute.
The schizo news
I'll
shorts
give a
were
spicy
so
take on
good,
it.
bro.
And that's when it changed. And then once I started doing those, I was like, I need to do this in long format videos and take the best topics of the week or of the last 2 weeks,
Yep.
and I'll address them. And I tell you what, man, and it's crazy. And you understand this because you make YouTube videos. You feel like a psychopath out in the woods with a mask on, talking to your phone. Yes. And then to make that even more, like when I did the schizo rants, I'd be yelling and I'd be
you'd be fucking swinging your arms and everything.
and it, like in the back of my mind, I'm like, what if somebody saw me out here? Like, what the fuck would they think? And it felt crazy, but it also felt empowering because I was like getting all this shit off my chest. And here's the funny little insight to anyone who's listening. I couldn't watch the videos. Editing them was hard because you'd see literally all the content that was going to go in the final video, but I would never watch them again. I would cringe at hearing my own voice talk and seeing, I'd be like, I made a mistake. I should have said this differently. I said this word too many times, all that stuff. But the release of just fucking going nuts and then putting it out there, it was so good, dude. And I'll say this, every time I made a video and I put a shit.
Shit. Oh my god, I fucked it. Shit. Hello?
What the heck?
Hop, are you there?
Yeah, I just can't remember how to turn off the webcam block on this laptop.
Oh my god, I got Chrisky mid fucking rant. He's probably still talking right now. He probably doesn't know what's going on. There we go. Fuck, where is he? No, hold on. I gotta text him real quick. He said it disconnected. I made a group chat with Hop. Just, I'll call you. Fuck. Oh my god. Let's see here. Tag him on Discord. We'll do that. Hop in the call. Dude, what are you doing in Texas right now?
It's NRAM.
Ah. Sounds like fun.
We accidentally got here a day early.
Okay. Plenty of time to fucking heal from a hangover.
Plenty of time to enjoy this nightmare BlackRock Airbnb.
Nightmare BlackRock. Hell
What's
yeah.
up, buddy?
Okay, sorry for the fucking minor hiccup. I invited Hop to the call, not realizing that it would fucking create a black hole and suck everybody out of the call. But whatever, fuck
You're
it.
in an Airbnb?
It's blown out. Yes. Every time we stay in an Airbnb in Texas, it's a fucking nightmare.
I wouldn't have guessed by the background objects that it was a nightmare. Houston gone wild.
That is so Airbnb coded. Like, actually, that is the corniest shit on planet Earth. Oh my god, and they're furries too. It all makes sense now. So what's going on at NRAM? Or what's the plan?
I wasn't expecting to see Hop up in here. It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you. What have you been up to?
Just doing the firefighter thing, enjoying it. I didn't talk about it much on video back in the day, but I love being a firefighter. It's hilarious. People are so stupid.
It sounds like it's way more fun than my job.
It's not bad. I mean, most of the time I'm running to like fucking old folks' homes at 3 a.m. because they fall on the floor. But like when that's not happening, it's pretty good.
Is there like a dedicated getting cats out of trees firefighter? I want to be that guy.
I'm allergic to cats, so yeah, there's definitely spots available for you that I wouldn't be able to fulfill.
That's what the bunker suit's for. It protects you from the cat dander.
Hop's the guaranteed fucking cat retriever at the firehouse.
That's actually never happened. I've never had to do that.
Never, not once, huh?
Not once. I've got a bunch of dead cats out of house fires.
Oh my god, bro.
That'll happen.
That's fucking tragic.
Probably like 18 at least.
Like in the same house?
No, I mean,
Yeah, 18 is a single day record.
One house there was like 6 or 7.
6 or 7, huh?
But yeah,
Damn.
this went pretty morbid. I'm gonna stop talking.
No,
about it, yeah.
that's hilarious. That's fine. Fucking Hop, man, what's your affinity with fucking LPVOs, dude? Why do you like them so much?
Everybody who doesn't like LPVOs doesn't know how to adjust diopter on LPVOs. It's a bit of an IQ filter. If someone says like I don't like LPVOs, you just immediately know they're not smart enough to use the expensive gear.
We didn't move the moving part. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's kind of funny
They're
because
turning
those
it
people
all the way
also continually suffering based on the fixed diopter of the ACOG, but they don't want to bother to put in about like 5 minutes of research to learn how to use an LPVO. It's really embarrassing when people say that stuff.
I don't know, man. I got an ACOG recently, and I am fucking in love with it after years of fucking. I mean, granted, okay, hey, full disclosure, using the most doo-doo feces shit poopy butt fucking LPVOs possible. You know what I'm saying? The $200-$300 specials, but
See, this is the problem. People are willing to spend $1,500 on an ACOG. They're not willing to spend $1,500 on an LPVO, and then they're going to compare some like $150 primary arms special to an ACOG, and they're going to be like, I don't know, the glass doesn't seem like it's as good. Yeah, no shit, dude.
yeah,
Yeah, you get that
A
new,
good LPVO, they're much better.
You get that new Primo primary arms LPVO or one of the Vortexes, or obviously the Night Force if you want to spend mad money. But like it's funny that you mention that.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime somebody fucking comes up to me, trench grenade, love you buddy, but still, and they want to compare LPVOs, they always are comparing it to like a fucking Strike Eagle. It's like, compare it to something in the same monetary class.
Yeah, that's just unfair.
Like, I'm not comparing.
Like, actually,
yeah, I'm not comparing a Geisley to a PSA. Like, why would I do that? It's not the same class. It's kind of retarded to even go there.
Yeah, and
and I think almost any positive thing you could say about an ACOG, you could say about Trijicon LPVOs, because they use the same reticle subtensions and the same basic reticle design. So you get the Credo 1-6 BDC reticle LPVO. Mm-hmm. You have fantastic glass quality, a very, very good 1X. It's lightweight, they're well made. You have the exact same BDC setup. However, the lines are much finer and more usable at range because it's an etched reticle system instead of the prism system. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you can get all of the stuff that you think you like about the ACOG.
That I think I like about it.
It also has a 1X and is also cheaper and has a higher top end magnification, and yeah, come on.
But is it lighter, and does it have a really good field of view at 4X?
At 4X, probably slightly less field of view.
Slightly?
But it also has the ability to go to 2, slightly less.
I mean, what is slightly, though? Because isn't the fucking field of view for a 4X like 36 feet or some shit like that?
You pay for it with eye relief. That's the problem. There's almost an immutable characteristic of eye relief and field of view, where if you want to get more field of view, you either have to distort the image or shrink the eye relief in order to get more, which is why the 4X ACOG is such a pain in the ass to actually use, and the 3.5X ACOG is much more usable,
but you have less.
But drops in field of view.
Yeah. Enters into that LPVO territory for field of view, at least for, decent ones. So here, I got a question for you, because you're the fucking LPVO guy. You know what I'm saying? Fucking,
well, I'm not even the LPVO guy.
You know more than me. All right, that's what I'm asking you.
I got a couple good ones. Yeah, I got a couple of good LPVOs.
You fucked with 1 or 2 or 12 or something like that. Fucking. I'm trying to find something decent to put on a 6 arc upper without spending $1,500. Is there literally anything that's worth a fuck in that? No. All right. No. I unfortunately figured as much.
It's too late for you. You've already gone down a really dark path. So you're going to have to end up with something like a Leupold Mark V HD.
Yeah.
And that's a $2,000 scope. Unfortunately, that's the That's the path that you chose when you bought a 6 arc barrel.
Yeah, no, I fucking screwed the pooch on that one, but I didn't
I got
buy
a question for you, Hop. It's
Sure,
sort of like an
shoot.
open-ended, just pontificate openly about it. Um, I've I get a lot of questions on this, and I give a response, but I might not be able to word it as good as you can. Can you speak to the reasons why someone would prefer maybe a second focal plane over a first focal plane, or a first focal plane over a second focal plane on a carbine?
Hmm.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yes, second focal plane can accomplish more for less money. And the benefits of first focal plane really only come into effect at higher magnification ranges. So like if you're doing a 1 to 8 LPVO in second focal plane, it starts to become a bit compromised, 10x especially, because reticle design is the real key. So the wider the magnification range is between minimum and maximum, you really have to put a lot of effort into getting the reticle right. Because there's so many LPVOs out there, like 1 to 10 first focal plane LPVOs. The Razor Gen 3 is a classic. It's very expensive, extremely high quality glass, but it's first focal plane, meaning that at 1x the reticle is so small that you can't use it. At 10x the glass quality is so bad you can't use it. So really what you've done is bought yourself a 2 to 8 for $3,200 or whatever they cost. Right. So there are a lot of, particularly 1 to 6. I don't think there's a single 1 to 6 first focal LPVO that's better than the good second focal 1 to 6s. The Credo 1 to 6 of the BDC, the classic Viper 1 to 6 is still really damn good. Those sorts of things. And it's because you may theory craft yourself into a scenario where you're like, I'm going to be taking an extremely long range shot at 4x, and I really want my subtensions to line up. You're not. Beyond 200 to 300 yards, you're going to be cranked up to 6 the entire time when you're actually taking that shot. So the idea that you're going to need those subtensions to line up at a shorter range is kind of silly.
And I think people don't realize that the center marking is still the same. It's the subtensions that are different, but the center point of aim remains the same throughout the magnification range. And
Yeah,
I
they may be
run.
thinking that their zero is getting lost when it's not that. It's really just your ability to use the holds at longer range.
Yeah, and you're
And if it's a
right
BDC
about
reticle, then already like who cares,
you're right about the cranking it to 6. If I'm shooting past 200 or 300, I'm not going mid range. And one thing I will say though is for some of the cheaper second focal plane LPVOs, a lot of guys, they don't like that 1x because the glass quality. If you go to like 1.5x and sort of leave it on that, you might find it's a little bit better than you realize. Obviously, it's not a 1x at that point, but you're getting a little bit more, or leave it maybe on 2x, just randomly throughout the time you're carrying it instead of keeping it at that 1, because again, the center point is still the same. But I carry my go-to LPVO currently on my rifle is that Gen 2 Viper 1 to 6, because it has the best of both worlds. And do I really need more than 6 on a 14.5? Like what is my accuracy looking past that anyway if I'm running 62 grain green tips, not match grade ammo?
Yeah, I think the way that you should try to use a Viper 1 to 6 is as an analog to a red dot with a magnifier, but with a higher top end magnification, with better glass quality, with a more clear usable reticle, because it does have subtensions that you could maybe use for drop compensation, but they're too generic. It's either 4 MOA hashes or 1 mil hashes, which is too imprecise to really be usable for very much. So pretend that there's no hashes. Pretend it's a duplex reticle. You zero it at 100 yards or whatever your chosen battle zero is, and then you have the ability to crank it from 1 to 6, up and down, anywhere in between, and take your center mass shots at any range that your cartridge is reasonably effective to. And it's affordable, and the glass quality is great, and the 1x performance is awesome, and the brightness is really, really good. The downside of the Viper is that it's a 22.5-ounce scope before mount, so it's heavy, right? If you want to go a little bit more bespoke, then there's the Trijicon Credo 1 to 6 second focal plane BDC, which is like a 18 to 19-ounce scope, maybe a little bit less. Arguably, perhaps slightly better 1x performance. It doesn't have the bright red dot, illumination, but it doesn't need it. and the reticle also has BDC subtensions that you can line up. That's a really damn good scope. Every time somebody asks me for an LPVO recommendation, I recommend that. They come up with some weird bullshit reason why they don't want to buy it. They get something else, and they're like, nope, LPVOs suck. Like, that's because you didn't fucking listen to me.
And which scope is
I like
that,
how
just
you
for
use the word
clarification?
bespoke. I've never used
Bespoke.
that.
Bescope.
And
It's
I'm
very
proud to
bescope.
do a live stream with somebody who did.
Because there's stuff that's extremely flexible, like the Viper, where you can put it on any gun and it will do the same thing on any gun. Doesn't matter. The Credo 1-6 really works best on a 5.56 or 308 gun, where you can massage your zero distance to get access to all those ranging subtensions. That's pretty cool if you want to do that work. If you don't want to do that work, then don't ante up. Don't spend the extra like $300 to $400 on that one. Get something like the Viper, which is much simpler, and just treat it like it's a max point blank range optic, and that's it. That's all you should do with it.
I hear a lot of good things about the Credo. I know the Barrel and Hatchet boys, they love the Credo. They hype that up. I shot it a little bit in Florida with them, and that's a solid optic.
Yeah, there's some pretty damn good scopes in the Credo line. I think the name is dumb. I understand why they changed it, because it used to be AccuPoint, AccuPower, and people were like, what's the difference? And so they're like, okay, let's make it AccuPoint Credo. And you're like, but now Credo's gay. I don't want to be buying the Credo, because it sounds like I'm some weird 2A LARPer with like the entire Second Amendment written on the side of my gun.
So the old AccuPoints are the Credo now.
AccuPower's Credo. AccuPoint is the fiber optic. AccuPower is the electronic AccuPoint, meaning it's a Credo.
Not an LPVO guy, by the way.
The name was bad, and they made it worse. That's my opinion.
I have not perused their website since they did the changes. So what are you and Brock up to lately? Y'all still hanging out, doing videos together?
Oh yeah, we're shooting again pretty soon. Probably starting next month. Hopefully, we're gonna go hang out with Cody from Red Right Hand and do stuff with belt feds and post sample lowers.
Everyone knows how tall you are, but I was surprised at how tall Brock is when I met him at SHOT Show. I couldn't believe
Brock is a large man.
I felt like a fucking midget.
Is he taller than you or no?
I'm 5'10". He's got to be at least 6 or 6'1", right?
Yeah, he's 6'1". He's only like an inch or two shorter than me.
Yeah,
and he's also just a larger human being. So.
On video, he looks like he's 5'9" or 5'10".
People say that about me too.
No, you look
you got fucking tall frame phenotype.
Vibes.
Yeah,
You're
pro magnum.
Yeah, I'm just playing. No, you just appear as a tall guy. He definitely just looks like a regular normal dude.
We got to see who's taller, Hop. Once that time comes.
That's one thing that I find kind of strange is a lot of people cannot tell perspective. They see somebody like OG holding an AR and they just have in their mind no frame of reference for how big he is. When I see him shoot an AR, I'm like, holy shit, this guy's big. So
or standing next to Bones.
You'll be a good hugger. You'll be a solid hug,
dude. Literally,
you need to have some B-roll footage of y'all like exiting a convenience store with the height marker
with a door.
door.
Yeah, I was gonna say with the door frame visible.
That'd be good.
Oh my god,
that would be a funny bit, wouldn't it?
It would be. That'll be the outro.
Or just do the usual
shit.
suspects thing. We're all standing on the lineup with the holding our cards in our hands.
But you should do it and then put his as 5'10", just to throw people way off.
That's what I tell everybody, dude. Whenever me and Bones do a fucking video together, everybody's like, they ask one of two questions. They're like, how short is Bones and how tall is OG? Because like, Bones is, I just tell him I'm like, I'm actually 5'10" and Bones is 4'9". You know what I'm saying? But no, he's about the same height as you, Risky. Fucking, I'm just. People have this conception that sometimes I'm like a little petite boy when indeed I'm a large fat man.
So they
Unfortunately.
shouldn't.
The
They
last
should not have
time,
that problem. If they own an AR, if they hold an AR regularly, if they see
Yeah.
the AR in the hands of another person, they should see you shooting one of your ARs and be like, "Oh shit, that guy's at least 6'2",
Yeah.
and probably fairly well built." There's a great YouTuber. I think his channel's called Wingate Solutions. He's like a sheriff or something in Idaho, and he does some other stuff like that. But like I came across his channel and I watched a couple of his videos where he's doing like whiteboard stuff. He's just kind of like talking about concepts. And then I saw one of his videos where he's shooting an AR, and I was like, "Oh my god, it looks like a miniature."
He's
That
a
guy's got to be
freak.
huge. It's like, "Are you like?" I think I messaged him like, "Are you 6'6"? And he's like, "I think I'm 6'5". I was like, "Yeah, fucking
No
big
shit.
tail, dude."
Oh my god.
were you on that live stream with Dugan and myself a while back? Were you, I think you were, weren't you?
Quite possibly. I tend not to remember live streams for reasons that
I'm
nobody can
approaching
understand.
that. I'm approaching that non-remembering live streams tonight
Yeah,
myself.
same. It's the best part of the stream, honestly, in my opinion.
I don't know how y'all sit down during the live stream. I always hated when I would.
It's because you're
actually
on your
record.
phone, dude. If I'm the same way. I was actually gonna bring that up when you said that you were like pacing
I like
around
to
your
walk
garage.
around.
Whenever fucking I've been in like a Discord call and like fucking I don't know, like my wife would call me or something like that. I'll be right back. Fucking like they'll be like, "OG, you literally walked like 10 miles in your living room while you were on the phone with your wife." Like I can't sit still and be on the phone at the same time.
I guess when I have the microphone in front of me, like, because I would use, like, I had a full live stream setup. It was a little bit different. It was easier then, and I had the two screens, the two monitors.
Well, yeah, you can't walk
So I'm
away.
monitoring live chat and Twitter and everything else while streaming. It's not that bad. But on the phone, yeah, the pump is primed. I got to walk around. My neighbors probably think I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I remember one time I was recording in my backyard. Hilarious. And because I wanted to have a level of anonymity. That's the word. I almost
Yes.
said that wrong. Anonymity. I wanted the background to be nondescript. So I wouldn't show the other houses that were closed because I'm like, Reddit found the flag in a matter of minutes, and I can't let them do that to me and geolocate my position based on a roof and the sun and fucking all that.
Yeah.
So I had just
GeoGuessr.
sort of the trees, and I'm back there, and I've got the stupid fucking mask on, and I'm talking about something, and my neighbor walks out. I'm like, oh shit, and I got a fence, man. So I'm like, I dropped down into prone, and he didn't see me, and the whole time I'm just down there wearing a fucking hockey mask, right? Just cussing and screaming at the camera, broad daylight with an AR-15 and body armor on, and I'm in the prone, and I'm like, if this motherfucker if he knew, the cops would be here in a matter of minutes. My neighbors hate me. I got to move. I got to get out of here.
Damn. So they could see and hear everything, every schizo rant that was ever made.
No, most of them were done at my buddy's property, and I was
Okay.
out in the middle of the woods. I have done them, I've done some fairly publicly. I did one at a brewery one time.
Okay.
That didn't go. It was kind of a liberal brewery, so that didn't go over well. I did one in my car, driving around with the mask on, and people in traffic did not appreciate.
That's a very
creativity.
trench-coated video, making a video in your car.
Yeah. It was fun. I enjoyed driving with the mask on and actively talking about elitist pedophiles and stuff. It was interesting. Try to make
It's
things
optimizing
different.
your free
shake it up.
time. You're like, where can I make my YouTube videos? Maybe on the commute.
Yeah.
I tried doing that one time and then realized how fucking like retarded I sound trying to form a singular thought while also focusing on driving and traffic and shit like that. I'm just like, never mind, this is fucking retarded.
Every time you hit the turn signal, you pause for 5 seconds to think.
Dude, literally, like my fucking brain shuts off. Like I got to switch lanes. I'm like,
Have to turn the volume down
Yeah.
on the live stream so I can think of where I'm going.
literally.
Look, man, I took driver's ed, okay? They taught me right.
Fuck.
I don't let any distraction get between me and figuring out if my lane is
Dude.
clear.
Hopper, you one of those guys that drives with no radio or anything?
No, I have to turn up. I learned that back when I had my old shitbox Chevy Tahoe, I learned that if you turned up the radio loud enough, you couldn't hear like creepy sounds from the axles and stuff. So it made it a lot less stressful to drive that truck.
If you turn the radio up, it fixed a lot of problems on the car.
Yeah, I had a cassette copy of Metallica's Load album,
Mm.
and I would play the whole thing at pretty loud volume so that I didn't have to listen to what I thought was like my brakes about to fail or my tires about to explode. That
Hell
was
yeah.
awesome.
It's funny you mentioned that. I got off work maybe 2 weeks ago, and we had a pretty rough shift. And I was doing the whole thing of driving home with no music on, right? Just like
Psychopath behavior.
zoned out, just hate my
Yeah,
life.
that's really good
It
for
was
your mental
terrible.
well-being.
Yeah, sitting in
And
silence.
I
Driving.
bought like a shitbox truck, like a little old Ford Ranger, just to drive to work, right? It's not my main car. It's just I drive it to work because it's better on gas. Because I have a Yukon as well. It doesn't. I don't want to put miles on it. And I'm halfway home, and I'm just in thought of like that was a fucked up shift. And the car rattling and the shitty noises were just overwhelming. And I was like, this car's gonna fucking explode. And so I had to turn the radio all the way up just to mute the noise of the shitty.
It's not happening.
commuter
It's not happening.
You ever drive on gravel for a while and you get pieces of gravel in your tire tread, and then when you get back onto the pavement and your windows are down, you can hear the clicking of the
Yes,
gravel
dude.
on the pavement, and you're like, could that be a screw? Am I about to have a blowout?
Dude,
Oh, I have a gravel driveway. I think
the
that every
best-
time I leave.
the best is when you get a fucking little piece of rock or something stuck in a brake pad or like behind the backing plate of a brake rotor. Dude, fucking like you'll just be driving, like you'll hit a fucking patch of gravel or something, fucking construction zone or something. And then as soon as you hit the fucking brakes, it's just like, yeah! Like this, like the most hell-bending fucking screech on planet Earth. You're like, what the fuck is going on? Like you fucking start panicking, dude. And when it's in the brake pad, it doesn't like get loose or anything because it's embedded in the brake pad, and it will just stay that way for like fucking 10 miles of braking. It's so fucking annoying. You'll take it in, get your
Dude.
car looked at, and you'll spend fucking $400, and they're like, "Oh, there's nothing wrong," and you're like, "What the fuck is going on, dude?"
This conversation reminds me of a video I did. It's hilarious and retarded at the same time, but I still stick with this concept. I was talking about like what do you carry in your car? Because I'm of the mindset, as long as I'm going to be close to the car, I like to have a level up gun in the car, whether it's an MP5 or it's an AR or something. As long as I'm not parking the car somewhere far away where shit can get stolen, I like to have a bigger gun than my concealed carry in the car. But then I thought, like, what happens if you break down? You know, what happens if you got to get out of the car and do anything? Are you just going to carry the fucking AR?
We're gonna leave it in the car, or are you gonna bring it with you?
Leave it in the car and exit the car? So I had a whole video about carrying a fucking stroller in your car.
No, bro.
Yeah.
No.
So you carry the stroller in your car, you got your bug out bag and the AR in the fucking stroller covered up by blankets, and people think it's a baby, but you're a psychopath.
Yeah, I'm just
walking
any
down
other
the street with
fucking
a stroller.
single white
I'm
male
just a
walking
dad.
down the highway with my baby on the side of the road. That is such a
There's some
common
Button Fancy
occurrence in
video about
Indiana. Honestly, that's like you could look in any direction on a major highway and see people walking babies in strollers on a highway.
You know, I was working with what I had, you know.
It's
I'm
Whole
sure it
Button
is a
fancy
Button
video
Fancy.
about your SHTF stroller setup, where it's
Yeah.
like what you can put into a little wheeled cart, like a golf caddy cart or something like that, and
Stroller
then pack it into the
POU.
woods.
You know,
Yep.
what I love about Nuttin' Fancy is he truly doesn't give a fuck.
Oh,
like he rides
dude.
a Hayabusa, dog. He has a fucking Hayabusa, a 1300cc
He's a Busa, bro.
yellow Hayabusa. He's also got a Chevy Astro van. That's like his bug out van that he goes camping in. The dude, I respect his level of not giving a fuck.
He's like a terminal boomer,
It's so
and I love
great.
him for it. You know what I mean?
He's a terminal boomer who actually cares.
Yeah.
He shoots weird. He hugs the trigger guard, but it's so fun. I truly enjoy his.
He
his
really
content.
does like march to the sound of his own drum, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and has done it for like fucking 15 years straight on YouTube. Like his
I want to say I pulled
videos
up a
haven't
video
changed at
and
all.
They went back like 17 years.
Yeah, dude. Him shooting like actual fucking super cheap, like not even M&P. God, I'm trying to remember some of the first videos he ever made. Dude, looking at some of his first fucking AR builds and shit like that, like he'll have like a basic clamshell fucking AR with like a scope that's like 1.5 feet long on his with a front sight block upper.
He fucking Cerakotes everything bright tan.
Yeah.
Doesn't give a shit.
Well,
like,
you know,
he's about that.
He lives in fucking Ass-Crackistan or whatever.
I really wish I could go to, what is it? Gunny's, the Great American Western store or whatever. I want to go there. I want to see him. I want to get Nut and Fancy checked like Brock did. I want it to happen.
Checked.
I heard he's a giant too.
Oh yeah, no, he's like
enormous.
He's like 6'9",
man.
I'm pretty sure.
I think he's 6'6", 300. Bucket Nuster stopped doing work with them a long time ago, and he was the most switched on guy in the crew. I can go back and look at those videos, and Bucket Nuster's got like aim points and Knight's Armament shit when everybody else was still doing Rock River and whatever. Wow. He's got sword and ear pro. Everybody else is using walkers or something. Like Bucket Nuster was extremely switched on, and then he had some kids, and his wife was like, "You got to stop." And I think he sold everything, and he stopped doing videos.
No, dude, that's tough.
And I love
Imagine how cool that guy would have been if he didn't have a family.
What a fucking fag, bro.
And I love the whole soft plates and plate carriers at every range event. It's just, it speaks to me, dude. Whatever he's doing, I eat it up like it's a fucking buffet.
My favorite Nut and Fancy thing ever was when he had the plate carrier where the front and the back were set up for 2 different platforms, because he'd go out to shoot 2 different guns. He'd be like, I'm shooting shotgun and I'm shooting 308 ARs. And so the front set up for shotgun, the back set up for like AR-10. And then halfway through the day, he's like, okay, I'm going to flip my carrier around.
He flipped it around.
My other gun.
I did love the shotgun plate carrier setup. That was outrageous.
I've got my son here. He's going to help me Velcro my plate carrier in the back for
me
because I'm going to shoot 308 today.
Taking mini 14s to shooting events and everything. Like, I appreciate all of it. It's so great.
He's such a Chad, dude. I love it. You don't give a fuck about nothing.
He is a boomer Chad.
Right.
In his own right.
Yeah.
And have you seen his I follow him on Twitter, and sometimes it's fucking hilarious. Like, I seen him repost the video of that woman at the hockey game showing her tits. And he reposted
dude, yes, dude.
He loved it.
I follow.
He's all about tits and women.
There's been an anime figure with the tits on the back of his shelf for like the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Just
I love it.
Full on tits just out in the background of every single video.
You don't give a fuck about nothing, bro. I love it.
None of your business. Don't ask. Don't tell.
And politically, recently, he's kind of got on board. Like he sort of. Oh yeah,
no, that's what I was gonna say. I'm like, dude,
I'm like,
his fucking. You know how like Instagram lets you see who else that you follow has liked the same post and shit like that.
Yeah.
Fucking dude, I'll come across the most greasy fucking like borderline like absolute racist shit on fucking, not like racist like bad, but like, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. It don't matter. We're fucking goddamn 2 hours into the stream. It's basically
you say
racist.
Greasy. That leads me to believe you watch a certain show. Are you a Trailer Park Boys?
Oh, dude.
Oh, the hockey show.
Fuck, dude. Yeah. Listen, I actually lived the Bubbles lifestyle for a while. When I was fucking 17, it was a good time. But
I just grocery carts and kitties.
No, living in a shed.
It's fucking hilarious. But then I watched it again, and I was like, man, this is so really low level dumb shit. But it's so funny. Like the Trailer Park Supervisor, the memes on that, it's so fucking good. And the Mustard Tiger stuff with Philadelphia Collins, like, it's so fucking funny.
Geisley, it's water under the fridge.
Geisley said that?
Yeah. It's not rocket appliances.
They're still here? That's fucking
dude,
great.
Oh, it's so fucking funny. Dude, god damn it, I am rewatching all of Trailer Park Boys, dude.
I'm buying a Super Duty this week. I can't.
Yeah. Just to be real as fuck. That was so good.
Oh man,
it's water under the
just
fridge.
Won me over.
Oh yes, dude. Hey, this is the pistol that my old man gave me. I carry it. Safety always off. Gave it to me when I was a
And the
kid.
bottle kids
Fucking
throwing
cocksucker.
bottles
Yeah,
every time.
bottle
You just
kids! And like 100 fucking bottles come fucking flying at him. All of them shattering, dude.
Shooting Mac 10s back at
Dude,
the bottle kids.
have you ever looked at the IMDb of like all the guns they used in that show? Bubbles?
I haven't.
Bubbles had straight heat every time he fucking pulled a gun out, dude. He had fucking the Uzi at the fucking grocery store when they robbed it for fucking Ricky's wedding or whatever, when they're like, we're not here to take no money, we're just here to grab some stuff. He just grabs like 100 hot dogs and shit. Fucking, he had like an Uzi, he had a fucking Galil. He had a fucking like Spaz 12. Like, for some reason, the fucking producers always gave Bubbles like the coolest shit imaginable every time that like he was to hold a gun. It was so fucking badass, dude. Like, honest, like go through the list. It's like they actually had some cool shit. They made sure to diversify. You know what I'm saying? Fucking every time
I love how
somebody
this
pulled a gun out.
conversation devolved to Trailer Park Boys, and Geisley also understood the references. Like, this is making my night, to be honest.
I'm not even surprised. Geisley's based. They know what's up. You know what I'm saying? It goes hand in hand. Fucking, you have an appreciation for the classics, as it were.
Another good one, if you like Trailer Park Boys, you might like Letterkenny.
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah.
Letterkenny's pretty good.
Stuart. That me and my wife watched the shit out of that.
Letterkenny, I didn't like it as much, but I actually liked Shoresy a lot more than Letterkenny, the first season of that. So I got to catch up, but I think Shoresy was actually a way better written, way funnier show. Letterkenny had like one clip per season that was good on YouTube.
Dude, I'll say Trailer Park Boys had a lot more staying power than Letterkenny. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could go back to it, no problem. Like, Letterkenny kind of became the background noise when I'm doing something else type of show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm half listening to it. But Trailer Park Boys, I could like legitimately like sit down and be like, every episode is a fucking heater. You know.
I remember when I watched Trailer Park Boys. I was playing college baseball. I got out of the Army. I got into a college here in North Carolina, and I was playing baseball for him. And I expected at the time it's collegiate athletes, right? They're going to drug test and do all this. No, everyone smoked weed on the whole team, like all the time. Our coach fucking hated us. He would tell us, he'd be like, this job is a stepping stone. You guys fucking suck. I'm working here to get to the next job. And it was hilarious to me. Like, all the other guys were young. They're like 18, 19. And they're like, this is brutal. And I'm fresh out of the Army. Like, this guy fucking hates us. Like, it's hilarious. He hates his life.
What about my service?
And he liked me because I was the only one who was 21. So I would go out and, I shouldn't say this online. I'm not going to say what I'm about to say. But we'd fucking be hanging out in the apartments. All of us lived in the same apartment complex because they gave a discount to the college for all the players who lived there. Mm-hmm. And we had this thing called the reaction ball, which is like it's smaller than a tennis ball. It's hard rubber, and it's got like nodes all over it. So you throw it on the ground, and it bounces randomly in any direction. Mm. So we'd be out there, and we'd be spiking this motherfucker at each other. And we'd go inside, and we'd hotbox the apartment, and we'd be playing MLB The Show, and we'd have Trailer Park Boys on. And one day, we were all so fucked up. We're watching Trailer Park Boys, and we'd been doing the reaction ball the whole time just to get our reaction time down. And we're throwing a fucking ratchet set around. Like, literally, like, you got to catch the ratchet like a baseball catcher would frame a pitch. Like, you got to catch it and hold it like a strike. Everyone high as fuck, just watching fucking Trailer Park Boys throwing ratchets around the room. Dude. And that's a staple in my life, you know. That was college to me. It was a good time.
It was a pivotal moment. Canon event.
Those days are long gone, but it was fun at the time when I was 22.
Yeah, I had some good times like that, particularly from the Army. Fucking, I remember I'd gotten divorced, right? and I still had
A vet that's divorced? No.
what? Yeah, fucking. I had gotten divorced, and I still had my house. Like I had basically just re-signed the lease, and I was like, well, fuck, I can't just like get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? So it just turned into a fucking trap house basically for like 9 months, and some of the fucking parties I had there, dude, were like actually fucking insane. Because it was the last block, like before you started going onto the on base ranges and shit like that. So it was like so far away from like the MP station and all that bullshit. So it was out in the sticks as far as the 25th ID is concerned. You know what I'm saying? Um, dude, we had we had this one guy. His name, I don't know if I could say his name. I don't even know if I could say his nickname because I don't want to fucking. We called him Shaky Shelton, okay? And he had fucking gotten a seizure on a helicopter ride, and he just had this like weird tick from then on where he was like, you always like shake his head like this, so we called him Shaky Shelton. And he was new to the unit. We're like, let's invite him over. And we got him all fucked up and shit, and he was passed out, and fucking, we're trying to keep the goddamn party going. I'm like, give the man some Red Bull. So like, he's literally like 25th ID, fucking fly trap in my lawn chair, like, like passed out like that, and fucking, we're just pouring like Red Bull in his mouth, and I'm like, now give him some fucking tequila. Fucking, like, just massaging the shit down his throat, dude. As I'm like, not even 1 nanosecond later, after the fucking tequila had like touched his fucking tongue, he was like a fountain, like like fucking straight up in the fucking air, dude. I'm like, oh fuck! I'm like, get him off the porch right now.
He's just aspirating on his own vomit.
Yeah,
You're like, oh, fuck.
I'm like, get him in the yard right now. Fucking, we fucking put him in the yard, and he kept throwing up, and it fucking stunk so bad. And fucking, once he was done, I'm like, got him in the recovery position so he didn't fucking choke or nothing. And I'm like, all right, well, put him in the bathtub, I guess. And fucking, like, we had to like take his clothes off, not completely naked, down to his fucking underwear. Took his clothes off because he was covered, and fucking, I just threw those clothes away. Fucking dragged him, three people into the bathtub, threw him in there, and let him survive. Mission survive. Until the morning, and he had thrown up on himself again, so we went and checked him on the morning. I just like turned the shower on, let it let it get warm, and fucking rinse him off a little bit, gave him a change of clothes, and I never hung out with him ever again. I I think he was like, never mind. He's like, this is a bad idea. It was a fucking animal, dude.
I've got a good Army story. I'll share. I won't share. I've got a couple, and if you want to hear the other ones, I'll share them.
All right.
It's going to be outrageous.
By the book.
Yeah,
it's going to be outrageous. I'll tell you right now, these are legendary at Fort Bragg. I didn't know that they were legendary, but I heard after the fact. There's a YouTuber called Terrence Pop. He has his show's called Redonkulous with a K. He's a Green Beret. He talks mainly. It's like he's real funny. Gets drunk on stream. Talks about his divorce, and he helps guys get through divorce. And his other thing is he helps guys who are like military who are suicidal. And he has a list, and he's helped like 350 or 400 people not commit suicide from talking to him. So he's a good dude. But I told him one of these stories, and he published one of them, and I didn't realize the amount of people who commented on it from Fort Bragg were like, I've heard that story. I didn't know that was real. And I was like, what the fuck? So if you like this one and you want to hear the other one, I'll tell you. But I'll tell you one I haven't told online before.
Okay.
So I was in 1st Battalion, of my brigade in the 82nd. And there was this so I'm an E2 or E3, right? I'm a private. And I don't know, I don't remember how I met him, but there was this E6 in our 3rd battalion who, get this, he was an E6, he lived in the barracks, right? His life was so fucked
An E6
that they
in the
let
barracks?
him live in the well, they actually made him live in the barracks.
What, he beat
And
his
he had
wife or
such
something?
bad no. He had, I think he was a Purple Heart recipient. I want to say he might have had a Silver Star for what he did in the invasion. Like, he was, for all intents and purposes, a war hero, right?
Mhm.
But he had such fucked up PTSD that he would like just destroy shit, get wasted every night. Terrible
That
soldier,
sucks.
but they didn't want to fuck his career over because of the awards he had. And he was one of my drinking buddies. And I'll say his name because he's out now. I haven't spoken to him, but he has to be out by now. Nielsen was this guy's name.
Okay.
So I'd go over to Nielsen's place.
A very unique
and-
name, might I say.
Yeah. So I hope he's listening to this. He probably isn't, but somebody might know him. 3rd Battalion. I won't say what brigade in the 82nd, but he's an E6, and we go over there, and he had such bad PTSD. Motherfucker would sleep in his closet. Right?
What the
He'd sleep in his
fuck?
closet. Word on the street is, in the invasion, he was so 3rd Battalion in our brigade was the recon battalion. So it's mainly Cav Scouts and fag shit like that. But he was an infantryman. He was a sniper.
Risky, are we the
in
same
3rd
fucking
Battalion.
person, by the way?
We might be. And
I'm just saying, 25th ID, I was in the same type of unit, fucking reconnaissance.
Yeah. So he's up in this building, and he's providing overwatch or doing whatever he's doing, and they get a big ass truck, like a deuce and a half style truck, show up, and it's just him and like 2 other guys, and they end up running black on ammo. They have no ammo left, and he's throwing grenades down the stairs because they're on the rooftop. And I'm pretty sure he killed a guy with his bayonet in the stairs.
Wow.
Right. And he got this award for that. And he'd sleep in his closet, fucked up PTSD. But I'm 19 years old, bro.
Yeah.
And we're drinking blackout drunk with the guy. So we bang on the fucking closet door and scare him and shit.
No,
Like,
bro.
But we didn't know. Like, he was our bud. Like, he was
Yeah.
our best friend. So it was dumb shit. So I'm hanging out with Nielsen one night, and we got this guy in our group. I'll say this. I don't want to give his name out. His last name rhymed with avocado. So we
Okay.
called him Guacamole. So his nickname was Guacamole. And he was not the prototypical infantryman. He was like El Salvadorian, played World of Warcraft, 5'7", 120 pounds. And he did not fit in
He was an Edward.
with the rest of us. And he was a virgin, right? So our goal every weekend was, let's get Guacamole laid. Like, he's going to die in the war, and we don't want him to die a virgin, right?
Dude.
So that was our goal. Every weekend, get Guacamole laid. And he
We
wouldn't
had
do
a
it.
guy
He
like
would
that,
not do it.
too.
And so I'm over at Nielsen's barracks, and it's me and Guacamole and my buddy, well, we'll call him Chrissy. Those of you out there who know, you'll know who Chrissy is. And Nielsen's like, let's go out tonight. And I'm like, yeah, let's go out. And he's like, this was right when the SRT-8 Charger first came out. So he's got the cool ass, like, this is before any of the current, muscle cars that are out and everything. The SRT-8 Charger was the heat
Right.
the first year it came out.
That's the Hellcat
And,
of today.
Yes. At the time, my license was revoked because I'd been going too fast on my motorcycle. I lived in the barracks and owned a crotch rocket, and I had my license revoked. Like, I was that guy. And
Standard.
Nielsen is fucked up drunk. And Chrissy's drunk, and I don't want to say his name. Guacamole is drunk. I'm the least drunk. And Nielsen's like, you drive. And I was like, where are we going? And there was this bar. It was like number 6 on the blacklist. It was called Bootleggers.
So
those
a
of you
blacklist bar, fun.
who don't know what a blacklist is, in the military, there's a blacklist of places you are not allowed to go.
Every
If the
place a
MPs
service
catch you
member
there,
has been shot, stabbed, or fucking beaten up.
you're going to jail. Right?
Yeah,
But
you will
bootleggers
go to
would let
jail.
us drink underage.
Uh,
And so I'm like, okay, man. So I'm driving on post to get off post, and I'm driving. Nielsen's in the passenger seat. Chrissy and Guacamole are in the back. Well, we get near, those of you familiar with Bragg, we are exiting the Butner Gate. And Nielsen's dumbass is so drunk already. He stands on the center console out the fucking moonroof and starts 50 cal gunning down the gate guards. Both hands up like it's on the butterfly trigger, pointing it at them. I'm like, we're going to jail. Like,
This is it.
You
Yeah.
can't do that.
They might as well just
Literally,
pull their
as
guns
we're
out and
exiting-
fucking shoot us, bro.
And nothing happened. We just fucking rolled out the gate. And I'm like, this is great. I like this
Dude.
guy. He's so fun.
Dude.
And we feel invincible because he's an E6.
Yeah.
And we're E2s and E3s. We're like, he's going to get in
He's
trouble.
hanging out
We're
with the
not gonna
boys,
get in
yeah.
trouble. Yeah, he's the idiot here, not us. And so we get to bootleggers. And, I mean, fuck, we're privates in the 82nd. So all of us are faded up, high and tights faded. We're clearly like
Looking
young,
like
not
boots.
21-year-olds. Yeah, we're boots. And they had a rule there. And we all smoked cigarettes back then. And they had a rule, if you wanted to smoke cigarettes, you had to smoke cigarettes behind the building. Because if you were underage, the MPs would spot you. If you had a high
they'd
and
be
tight,
gay
they'd
about
spot
it.
you in place. So we're in there, and the drink of the night was the Four Horsemen, right? So it's like, I don't remember what it is. It might be Jose Cuervo, Johnny Walker, Jim Beam, and Jack Daniels,
That's
right?
some
All
bullshit.
mixed into one fucking shot. So we're drinking
disgusting.
those, just fucked up immediately from these. And they got pool tables and stuff. And we're all at the bar. I think Avocado was playing, Guacamole was playing pool. And Chrissy's playing pool. And we look over just randomly because we're like, let's go smoke a cigarette. And we were going to get the other boys together and go smoke out back. And Guacamole's making out. And he's 18 years old. 5 foot nothing, 120 pounds.
Hell yeah.
El Salvadorian kid.
Love that.
He's making out with some fat, short.
Oh, no, bro.
35 years old. And I just start laughing. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? And Nielsen gets furious. Like, I don't know where the anger came from, but it made it even funnier that he was like mad about this. And he's like, get your goddamn hands off of him.
Yeah.
Right?
Release
Don't
him.
you ever touch her.
You
And I'm like,
harlot.
I'm just crying, laughing. I'm like, why is he so mad? You know? So we all go out back, we smoke a cigarette, do our thing, come back in, and we continue, right? I'm not playing pool. I'm up at the bar drinking with Nielsen. I'm just hearing, he's telling me war stories and shit. And a few hours go, or maybe not a few hours, an hour or so goes by. We're like, let's go smoke again. We're like, where's Guacamole? Like, I don't know. We don't see him, right? So me, Chrissy, and Nielsen go outside. We're smoking a cigarette out back. And we hear this periodic smacking sound. Not like sex, but like a...
No, bro.
But it's off in the distance. And we're like, what is that? And there was an area where the dumpsters were. And it had a very tall 8 or 10 foot fence, but it had the netting on it like the outfield fence of a little league field.
Yeah.
Where it's like a sunshade. So you can't see through it. It's permeable, but you can't see through it. But it was coming from in there. And it was like 20 or 30 feet off. So we're smoking. We walk over there. We open the gate. And Guacamole's on his knees. And this fat black bitch is smacking him in the face with her tits. Her sloppy, disgusting tits. I dropped to my knees. And I'm dying laughing, dude. It is the funniest, weirdest shit I've ever seen. I'm like, what is wrong with this kid?
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, it's hilarious to me. And Nielsen is furious. He's not having any of it. He yokes him up. I think he might have slapped the woman, like smacked her in the face. Like, get the fuck out of here. And he's like, you're a virgin. He's like, you're not losing your virginity to that. Are you kidding me? And he's like, and he said something, and it was, I'll remember it to this day. It was like the coolest shit I've ever heard. He goes, we're going to Korean Square. And on the blacklist, Korean Square was the #1 place. You do not go, right? It's safety brief every weekend. Don't go to Korean Square. And I'm like, I've heard of this place. I've never been there. It's just all Korean hookers. Like, it's amazing. Let's go there.
Great, yeah.
We're in Fayetteville. There's Asians everywhere. I never hooked up with an Asian before. I'm like, I have to sleep with an Asian chick while we're here. Like, this is my once in a lifetime chance. Is it sideways? I need to see myself. I don't know this stuff.
For science.
Yeah, and Nielsen, he's like, we're going to Korean Square. And I literally think I raised my fist and jumped in the air and I said, fuck yes! Like, I was so excited.
Jumping for joy.
Right? It was not the typical Army reaction of, we can't go there, Sergeant. Like, that's off the limits. Like, I love it. I love this fucking guy. He's a war hero. And so Chrissy's like, I'm out. I ain't fucking doing that. And I'm like, Chrissy, you bitch. Like, go with us. And he's like, no, I'm not going. So me and Nielsen and Guacamole get in the SRTA, and by this time, I'm really fucked up. And Nielsen's like, I'm driving. So we go to a Korean Square. This is past the statute of limitations, so I should be okay saying this.
Yeah, you're fine.
And we get there, and there's like it's a cutout strip shopping center on the side of Bragg Boulevard in Fayetteville. And so it's half of a square, right? So there's a left side glass storefront that connects to the side parallel with the road that connects to the right side. And they're all glass storefronts. One's like a masseuse parlor. There's a strip club. There's like some other weird shit. And we go in the strip club. It's weird. We only are in there for like 30 minutes. And we see on the far side of the building of the structure, there's a masseuse parlor. And I'm like, let's go get happy endings.
Still
like, this is great. No, they're open. They got neon lights on. It's like 1:30 in the morning. I'm borderline blackout drunk. I'm not there yet, but I'm close. So we go over there. Nielsen's like, I'm going to stay in the car. Take Guacamole in there. Get him laid. He has to get laid.
That's in order. That's in order.
But here's the thing. This was right after the surge, right? So our deployment was the deployment following the surge. There was a guy in my platoon. You remember the Chris Kyle movie?
Yeah.
Where he fights that sniper at the end? That sniper in real life killed a guy in my platoon, shot him through the throat. My command sergeant major died in an IED attack riding with my platoon on the deployment before me. So my company and my platoon got fucked up on the deployment before I got there as a private. Yeah. So their whole thinking is, y'all are all going to die when we get there. And they're like drilling this into my brain. Y'all are going to die. You're definitely going to die. You don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And the virgin is definitely going to die. So we're like, we have to get him to lose his virginity so he doesn't die a virgin.
Yes.
So we go into this masseuse parlor, and I've never been to a tanning salon. I've walked by them, at the grocery store. There's the tanning salon next to it. So I know what the glass storefront, it kind of looks like. You go in, there's like a main desk with a cash register and different doors, I'm assuming, to the individual tanning. That's how this was set up, right? So we walk in, Nielsen stays in the car, and it's me and Guacamole. And this smoking hot, like 20-year-old Asian chick comes up. I mean, like 10 out of 10. I'm like, this is fucking outstanding.
No business.
And she's like, you want a massage? And Guacamole's like, yes. And she goes with him. I'm like, perfect. This is amazing. Perfect. And then comes out this like 35-year-old, 40-year-old Asian woman. And she's smoking hot too. No, she's hot too.
She's hot. Like, okay.
Yeah. So she leads me onto a room. So I go in the room with her. And I'm fucking 19 years old, man. Yeah. I'm like, how does this work? I was like, I've seen cops. I know I can't just say, here's what I want. I was like, how does the operation work? And she's like, you're just buying drinks. And I'm like, okay. And I see the drink list, and they're all like $30. I'm like, oh, I just pay for the drinks, and the massage is free. I was like, great business plan, right?
Yeah.
I'm not paying for anything else other than drinks. Makes sense. So my dumb ass, I'm like, give me a Red Bull vodka, right? So I'm drinking, and the massage starts as it does, and it's the happy ending type. And I don't know anything. I just black out and pass out.
Damn,
right,
bro.
So I come to an unknown time later, and she's doing her thing, and I'm numb from the waist. I don't feel anything, right? I'm completely numb. And I'm like, you know how it is when you're really drunk and you like come to, and it's like the memories are separated a little bit. You don't understand the time frame.
Yep.
And I'm like pissed. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here? I'm like, I'm done. I'm fucking done. This is a waste of my time. And I'm like, how much do I owe you? And she says the number. And I look in my wallet. And I failed to mention this at first. We just got our tax returns back.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
And I live in the barracks, and I have no bills. So I had like $1,700 in my wallet when we left that night. And I look in my wallet, and I'm going to pay her the money. I don't know if it was like $100 or $200. And there's like $300 in there. And I'm like, this bitch stole my fucking money while I was passed out.
Dude.
This bitch robbed me. And I pull my pants up, I get up, I open the door, and I'm like, holy, she fucking robbed me. And a half of a second later, this motherfucker opens the door next to me, fully clothed. He's like, what? And I'm like, wait, why are you fully clothed? And he's like, oh, we were just talking. I was like, you were fucking talking to her, Guacamole?
You dumbass.
You bitch. And I'm like, I'm cussing at him. And he's like, wait, she robbed you? And I'm like, yeah, the bitch fucking robbed me. I was like, I only got this much money. And he's like, she did rob you. And Guacamole turned into a man that night. He pulled out his wallet as dumb as it is. And he said, "This is a sting. We're undercover agents." And he holds out his ID, his cat card,
Oh
which
my
says like
god,
private,
bro! What a
right?
fucking
And
Chad.
it's a stupid fucking private cat card, right? With
Yeah,
him, like
they
it's
don't
basic
know.
training photo. And he's like, "This is a sting." And the young girl's like scared, and the old woman's like, "Fuck you. Call the
Yeah,
cops."
no, it ain't.
He's like
Kiss
telling
my
the other
ass.
woman to call the cops. So the young girl goes and gets, it's like a wireless store phone, right? And she's holds it up to her head, and Guacamole open hand slaps this woman across the face. The phone goes across the floor. And I'm watching this. I'm like,
You're
"God
like, dude,
damn, look at
what?
this boy. Like, he's a fucking man." I'm like, "I love it." And he's like, "Get the money out of the register." I'm like, "What?"
Oh my
And he's like,
god.
"Get the fucking money back." And I'm like, "I should get my money back. They robbed me." So I go to the register and I'm like pushing buttons and it won't open. And I'm like, "How do I fucking open the register?" So I just I hammer fist it as hard as I can. It goes ding and it opens. And I fucking grab a wad of cash. And Nielsen can see all this because it's a glass storefront. And he's on the curb just revving the engine. And I'm like, fucking cool. So we dip out, we jump in the car. Nielsen's like, "What the fuck was that?" And Guacamole's like, "He robbed the hookers. He robbed the hookers." And he's like, "How much money did you get?" I grabbed a 5 jar. I grabbed $5 bills. I robbed him for $25.
Hell
dude.
yeah, worth
I
it.
made out with $25 fucking dollars. All of that. Stupid.
Dude, listen.
But we went there. We did it. We were at fucking Korean Square and
Love
robbed
it.
the hookers
Listen.
after they robbed us.
got-
Guacamole slapped a bitch in front of me.
It was great. That's fucking magical.
It was a great night, dude. And here's the funny thing: like people who aren't in the military, like at Fort Bragg, every weekend was like that.
Yeah,
Every
believe
weekend
it.
was unbelievable, stupid shit like that.
Dude, I got 2 short stories. Okay, short, and I mean short. Fucking one. Fucking there's one strip club in Hawaii where I was stationed. Fucking that you could go into as a strip club that you can go into under 21. It was called Ballerinas. Okay, and it was BYOB. You could fucking bring your own booze into the fucking strip club. It was legendary. Fucking
I like that. They're cheap,
yeah.
but I like it.
Yeah, fucking. Oh, well, they're not cheap. They'll make you pay for it in other ways. Fucking, AKA $40 a dance, which a dance is fucking a song or the
The
remainder
dance should be
of a song.
$20.
It's $40, no matter what. And so, like, I didn't really care for strip clubs. Fucking, so every time, but you know, the boys, they're all fucking gooners or whatever. They're like, "Let's go to the strip club, let's get boners, bro." So we go to the strip club, and me and my roommate, I can't say his name. Fucking me and my roommate, he might be here actually. He might be in the chat. Fucking, we would go to the strip club, and like we had this thing where we would go in there, and before we would go in, we would pour Coca-Cola on the bottom of our shoes, so that fucking they were super sticky, and we'd walk in, there'd be money all over the place, dude. Fucking, we would go in there and get money stuck to the bottom of our feet, and we'd fucking pocket the
great.
shit.
That's fucking great.
And like, not only that, like you go up to the center stage or whatever. This place was small. It was like the size of my fucking living room, and like so you go up and you sit at the fucking center stage, whatever. Fucking some mid ass bitch would fucking throw her ass around, whatever. Fucking, and the trick was, there's money all over the place. So you'd walk in with a little bit of money on your hand, and you'd start throwing money, and while you're doing that, you're grabbing money out of the fucking creases in the cushion and shit, and fucking just pocketing it at the same time, dude. I'm telling you, if they would have fucking found out that we were doing that, they would have actually beheaded us.
They would have beat the shit.
They would have fucking
They'd
murdered
fuck you
us in the back, like in the alley. And fucking, so we would do that, and couple that with pulling wads of money off of the bottom of our feet and shit like that. We'd walk in like walk out net positive. You know what I'm saying? And just robbing the strippers blind. So like we'd walk in with like $60 in singles and walk out with like 80 or $100. So we do that, but here's a funny story about probably like one of the worst times that I've ever driven like fucked up. I don't know if I talked about this on stream yet, but one night, you know, the boys wanted to go out. This is post-divorce OG. Fucking, they're like, "Oh, let's go out." Mind you, I'm the only dude in the barracks, like in my platoon, that had a fucking car at the time, because cars in Hawaii were super expensive, and I had a car, so fucking they're like, "Where are we going tonight?" I'm like, "What do you mean, where are we going? Like, where are you guys going? Like, where the fuck do you want me to take you?" And they're like, "Let's go to fucking Nashville's." Nashville's was like one of two country bars in Hawaii, so it was like white people mecca, basically. And so we go down to Nashville's, we close it out, and they're like, "All right, let's go to Moose's." And I fucking hated Moose's. It was like the final frontier for fucking drunk people in Honolulu, because you, they were open till like 3 or 4 or something like that. So basically, by the time you get there, you have time for like one last call, and that was it. And then you were just waiting in line. It was standing room only, shoulder to shoulder with like a fucking 1,000 other people. I'm like, I'm not doing that. You guys have fun. Take an Uber. I'll see you guys tomorrow. They're like, all right, whatever. Fucking, I'm drunk as fuck. Leaving Nashville's, I hop in the whip. I drive home. It's like a 45-minute drive from Honolulu back to base. It's a fucking trip. And fucking the light right outside of if anybody's ever been to 25th ID, Foot Gate. Fucking the light right outside of Foot Gate. It's like perpendicular to the entrance to the gate. And it's a punishment light. Like, if you catch a red light there, you're going to be there for like at least a couple minutes. So I catch a red light as I pull up. I throw it in park. I'm like, fuck it, dude. Lean the seat back. And that was like the fatal mistake. I literally ended up sitting there for fucking 45 minutes, dude. Just passed out, like, just sitting in the fucking, at the light like a jackass. Fucking passed out by myself in the car, windows down and everything, in park. And fucking nobody came to check on me for almost an hour, bro, in the car by myself. Fucking nobody passed by the window. Like, I thought, dude, I'm going to jail. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I woke up and nobody was around, I just threw it in fucking drive and went right through the gate. They didn't stop me or nothing. It was fucking
That's wild.
beautiful. Yeah.
I got one more, which is arguably more ridiculous than the first, if you want to hear it.
Okay.
I won't go there if you don't, but it is.
I do want to hear it. I gotta piss real quick.
It's
though.
legendary.
I'm about to blow. I'll be right back.
Oh, I think I gotta miss this story. We're waiting on last boy to show up, and then we are gonna pass the fuck out. So
You're good, man. Hey, it was great talking to you.
Yes.
yeah, it's good
Glad to
talking
see
to
you.
Thank you for hopping on, Mr. Hop. Appreciate
Glad you're
that.
doing well.
Oh yeah, stay in touch.
Oh, I will.
Yeah.
I mean, you know where I am. I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on, dude. Enjoy NRAM. Are you going to be making
Unlikely.
videos or anything like that about it? I would
Yeah.
assume.
Usual thing. Just a couple days.
Are you there
It's
with
a short one.
TFB or anything like that?
Oh yeah, Luke's right over there, illuminated by the magenta glow of this garish fucking prostitute sign.
Hell yeah. Looking forward to it, man. I'll be in touch. You'll hear from me soon. Yeah, there he is. Is that who gave you a hug earlier? Who was that?
I like that shirt though. That shirt's pretty sick.
That is a cool shirt.
What, this one?
No, everybody gives me hugs.
Oh,
Luke doesn't need to because I already know he loves me, but I'll take one.
there it is. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking cry.
You should. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right,
Take
brother.
care.
Sounds
Take it
good.
All right, you got to go piss, and then I'll tell this story, and then I got to get off.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, we'll end it on that. I'm gonna go pee real quick.
This has been a long stream. I enjoy it, though. Hope all y'all are doing good. If you have any questions for me, feel free to leave them in the comments of this video. As the time of this recording, I have been allowed to have an account on YouTube, but historically that's never been allowed to last more than a week or so. But even if the account gets nuked, I'll still see the questions. Also, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter. I'm there. I follow your boy here, so it should be easy to find me. Y'all might like this next story. It's a little bit outrageous. I'm not proud of these, and I'll say this before I tell you the story. There are places on YouTube where I've told this story before years and years ago. It hasn't changed, unfortunately, because it's true. And it sounds funny. It might sound wild and funny, but this is a memory that I have to live with for the rest of my fucking life. So I want y'all to know, and I can't see your live chat comments now because I just have my phone. But this is unfortunately a true story, and I have to live with the memory of this until the day I die.
Hell yeah.
So, there was this sergeant, Buck Sergeant, E5. I don't recall his name off the top of my head, so I'm just going to call him Sergeant Diaz. And Sergeant Diaz, he was stop lost. So for those of you who don't know what that is, he was about to get out of the Army, and the Army said, nope, we have a deployment coming up, and although you're supposed to get out, you're going on the deployment. So while the big Army didn't give a fuck, at a battalion and company and platoon level, the leadership felt really bad for him. And they would kind of like let him, if he didn't show up to PT or whatever, since he was a sergeant, they kind of let it slide because they're like, this guy's getting his life flipped upside down last minute, so we'll cut him some slack. And morning formation, if I remember correctly, is like 6:30 or something like that. And the Army's always like be 15 minutes early to the 15 minutes early,
Sure,
so you're there at like 5:45. Right. If you're not there right before 6, they're banging on your barracks door, wondering where you are. So it's like a Tuesday or Wednesday night. And it's a rainy day outside. We get off work, close the business, 5 o'clock. And Sergeant Diaz comes to me. He's like, hey, what are you doing tonight? I'm like, fucking nothing. I'm living in the barracks, right? And the story I told earlier was prior to this. So he knew I was trying to get some fucking Asian strange out there. He knew it. It was I was open about it. I told people, if you got an Asian, like hook your boy up. I want to see what that's all about. And his girlfriend was Asian. And he's like, I know about a house party tonight that we should go to out in Fayetteville. He's like, bunch of Asians going to be there. I was like,
great.
Perfect, let's go. And at the time, like I said, I only owned I had a ZX6R Ninja, right? That was my mode of transportation, but it was raining.
Hell yeah.
So I couldn't drive. And he was like, just hop in the car. My girlfriend will be here. She'll pick us up. We'll all go. So me and him and my other buddy, who I'm not going to name, went along. And we get to this house party, and he was right. There were a ton of attractive 25 to 30-year-old Asian women, like amazing. And it was a house party. And so we're hanging around, we're having a few drinks. I hadn't drank that much. I might have had 2 or 3 drinks. And I'm perusing the house, and I noticed there's a lot of pictures on the walls and on the tables. And it's of this Asian woman throwing the party who was mad hitting on us. Like, she was as forward as they get. Mm-hmm. And she's with this big, burly, bearded white guy with tattoos all over him. And I'm stationed at Fort Bragg, and I'm in my head, I'm like, this guy's a fucking operator, and I'm a private first class. If he knew I was here, he would murder me. And so I tell Sergeant Diaz, I'm like, look at these fucking pictures. And he's like, oh God. He's like, we gotta leave. And I'm like, we do need to leave. Go. So we end up bouncing. And it's me and Diaz and his girlfriend and my buddy, and we're in, I don't know, like a Toyota Corolla or something. And he's like, you still wanna meet up with an Asian chick who's down to fuck? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I got one for you.
Please.
He's like, she's in the apartment complex next to mine.
Please,
I'm
sir,
like,
just a crumb of pussy.
So it's like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. It's like a Wednesday night, right? We had to work the next morning. And he's like, okay, we're going over here. So we go to this apartment complex. We park. We knock on the door. And this fine as fuck, like 19-year-old Asian girl answers the door. And she opens the door and I look at my buddy. I'm like, I like pound it, bro. Here it is. We've arrived. And my buddy's drunk as shit, right? So I'm like, he's not getting laid. I'm gonna fucking lay down the game on this chick. He doesn't stand a chance. He thinks he does. He doesn't even know.
You don't know what I'm about to hit him with.
And Diaz had his girlfriend there. So I'm like, he's out of the picture. My buddy's wasted. It's all me.
Yep.
So we sit down. It's like a 2-bedroom apartment. We sit down in the living room couch. She's talking to us. And I was like, so and my buddy's like, you got any friends? And she's like, no, it's just me and my mom here tonight. I'm like, your mom? And my head goes immediate like gooner fucking, your mom's here. And she walks out.
Your mom's here. Yeah.
And she walks out, but she looks like the caricature of an Asian woman from Mad TV where she's like, oh, you look like a man. Like old, ugly as fuck. Like horrible, horrific, like nightmare shit comes out. And I'm like, oh. It's just your mom. Like clearly she's off the table. But she's got a tray, like a sterling silver tray, and it's got liquor on it. She's like, do y'all want some alcohol? And I'm like,
she showed up like a geisha. She's like, oh,
yeah,
would you rack us some drinks?
It was convenient. She was being very cordial to us.
That's cool.
And people told me afterward, and I hadn't thought about this until about a year ago. Somebody said she drugged me, but it never occurred to me. She probably did. I probably got roofied because the last thing I remember is taking a double shot of this liquor. It was a double shot glass, a tall shot glass. I took that. I don't remember anything else.
Oh, dude,
the next thing I know, and this is like 2008. So the iPhone had just come out. I don't have an iPhone. I had some other brand, quote unquote, smartphone, right? And my phone's going off, and I wake up to my phone going off. And the most disgusting, putrid smell I could possibly imagine. And it's like, it's nauseating. I'm dry heaving as I'm waking up due to this smell.
No.
And I pull my phone out, and it's like 16 missed calls. I look, it's like 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, fuck. I'm a private. I missed.
I'm going to die, bro.
4 hours. They're going to kill me. And my squad leader in E6 had been calling me. And so he's calling me actively as I'm waking up. And I answer the phone, and the smell is just, it's even worse. Like as soon as I answer the phone, it's like, what the fuck? Like I'm literally dry heaving. And I answer the phone. He's like, would you like to tell me where you're at? And I'm like, Sergeant, I don't know. And I look over, and I'm in the bed with the old woman.
No,
and I'm like,
bro, no.
I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, I went out with Sergeant Diaz, and he goes, Sergeant Diaz is here. He goes,
yeah.
You're lucky I don't hate you. I told them you were at dental, but if you're not back by the time lunch is over, I'm going to fucking kill you. And I'm like, okay, got it. Thank you, Sergeant.
Yep,
Thank you. I'll be back. So Diaz covered for me a little bit. And I'm digesting the thought, like, I slept with this woman, right? Like, and it's horrific. But the smell is disgusting. Like, I'm on the verge of vomiting. And she wakes up. Starts, and she looks at me, and I'm like afraid looking at her. Like I'm kind of like, what did I do?
In bed
and
with Sasquatch.
She slaps me, and she's like talking like I don't understand what she's saying. And she didn't like the look on my face when I realized what I had done. And the smell is just too much, and I vomit on myself. So I vomited on myself.
God, bro.
Due to the smell. This woman's cussing at me. She gets up. She goes to the bathroom, and I look at my phone, and there's like, I don't know how many text messages. Let's say 20 text messages. And I'm pulling them up, and it's like, you sick fuck. Like, what's wrong with you? Like don't ever fucking text me again. Shit like that. And I'm like, what? And it's from guys in my platoon. And they're replying to a message I had sent. And I'm like, what's the message? And I scroll up, and this is on the old style phones. So I couldn't just look at the image. You had to press it to download to like view the image. And I open the image, and it's of me fisting this woman's ass. And the smell I was smelling every time when I answered the phone and the phone got closer to my face, my hand did, and I hadn't washed my hand. I had crusty fingernails, and I vomited again.
I'm actually
just immediately.
Myself. Dude, that's so tough.
It was horrific.
So tough.
And And I realized like every time I brought the phone to my ear, my hand got closer to my nose, which is why the smell was so bad. And I'm sending
my
after the
God.
message, I sent it, and I'm like, "Don't you wish you were me, bitch?" Like just fucking like
Nope,
disgust. And I'm
not
not
at
even into
all.
that. Let me preface this: I'm not into
Oh
that.
no, you were
I
a
was
different man that
blackout.
night.
I
Yeah.
was some other monster. And I
The
called
liquor was
Diaz, and
calling the shots.
I'm like, "Yo, come pick me up." And he's like, "It's gonna be $20 in gas." He fucking charged me $20 to come pick
Small
me up.
price to pay for salvation.
So I do the walk of shame and everything. I'm in the back of his car and I'm looking through these text messages. I sent that to my company commander. Wish you were me, like, and then I sent the picture, and he didn't respond to it. Well, get this. Years later, a decade later, almost. Well, not a decade. 5 years later, actually, exactly. My company commander. I don't want to give too much away. He was a senator. He was retired. He was retired special forces, all that senator, and he went on to be an executive at one of the most premier firearm manufacturers in the world. Like
Okay.
we've talked about the brand already tonight of where he worked. So he was highly prolific. He was a great reference. So I email him and I'm like, "Hey sir, this is such and such. I served under your command." I was like, "Would you be willing to be my reference?" And he responded, "Yes, but only if you open the attachment." And the attachment was the fucking picture. He still had the picture. And I was like, "This motherfucker."
No shit. That's tough.
Yeah.
Hell
Wild
no.
times.
Oh my God. Fuck, dude.
Oh, the best part is, the woman's name was Mindy, the old lady.
Mindy.
And one of the guys in my platoon, maybe 4 years ago, he was a recruiter in Texas. He's an E7 recruiter in Texas. And for some reason, he was at some recruiter conference in North Carolina. And he was about an hour away. And I was like, "Yo, come stay with me for a night. You know, you can come stay at my house. We'll drink. We'll have a good time. I'll make dinner." So he comes over. And this bitch tells the story in front of my fucking wife.
That sucks.
He tells
bro.
it. So now,
That
anytime we see an
sucks.
old Asian lady, my wife throws out, "Is you like her? Is that Mindy?" And I'm like, "God,
Is that good for you? Yeah, literally.
I'm not going to do what Mindy did. You're not doing that to me." I'm like, "Holy fuck."
Just the curse. You're fucking done for.
So my
dude.
wife knows about the Asian fisting story.
Dude, I mean, what? You were like fucking 19, 20, something like that at the time?
I was a teenager. Yeah.
Yeah, like, dude, listen. We don't talk about what any of us did around those times, legitimately.
Yeah. This bastard fucking said it in front of my wife.
That's actually so fucking uncool. It's not even funny. I mean, it's funny, but
now. Enough
yeah.
time has passed. That was maybe in 2015 that he told her that. But
Holy shit. Damn.
wild times.
Yikes. Big fucking yikes. Well, goddamn, dude.
I was living the E4 life. I got
Yeah.
out as an E4. You know, I actually have a pair of bronze skates on my mantle that my squad leader gave me.
Bronze skates. What the fuck is that for?
Yeah, I skated out of details. I would find excuses. They got a pair of ice skates and bronzed them for me.
That's what's up.
Put them on a plaque.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was good.
We called it the sham shield. So we gave dudes.
Oh yeah, dude, I was about that life.
Yeah.
The sham shield was my. I tell people they don't understand. And I'm like, it's a real thing.
Yeah. Dude, I miss it. You know what I'm saying? Like once you get, that was like the most comfortable place to be in the army, was an E4 sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
I miss it, and then once I start to miss it, I remind myself of like, hey, let's go inventory a Connex box at
let's do a layout.
1450.
Let's do a fucking
1650. Like no.
Let's inspect a fucking LMTV for the fucking 1000th time this week.
Yeah,
Just
for real.
Waste a fucking Monday or some shit.
I hope that wasn't a little bit too much sharing for the live stream. I thought it might be a funny way to end it.
I think that is perfectly on brand for the type of conversations we have around here. it's commonplace. These guys know more about me than fucking probably Probably my family knows about me, so it's all in good
Well, it's
fun.
been fun, man. I appreciate you letting me come on.
Yeah, absolutely. Fucking if you ever find the motivation to do this again, fucking we should absolutely do this.
I'd love to do it again. I also, we talked about maybe having some other people on.
Yeah.
I think we should definitely do that.
Fuck yeah. I think it'd be a
There's
great
a
time.
guy, I feel so stupid. He has live chats all the time
Hmm.
and hops on the live chats, and Dugan's been on there.
Who?
Fuck, what is his name? Oh man, I feel real dumb for not knowing his name.
Does he make like regular videos and shit
He
too?
he hosted the video where Matt Pranka called out trench grenade.
Focus Trip?
Yeah, Focus Trip.
Oh, yeah. No, me and
I
Focus
got to
are
get on
cool.
with Focus Trip more, and we got to collab there.
I
Some
can
of these live streams.
I could probably make that happen. I can get a
Yeah,
hold of him. Fucking John's cool. Yeah,
yeah,
no, that'd
for
be a
sure.
good time. Fucking, he was streaming tonight, so fucking he's probably still streaming. Once we're done here, I'll go in there and give him the news.
For sure.
But yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap this up. It is indeed getting late. I don't have a shift at the ball crushing factory tomorrow because I have a VA appointment, so that'll be fun. But
Very nice.
fucking before we go, guys. All right, streams like this are made possible by people who support the channel. All right, and one of those people is Omni-Provisions. All right, I gotta be careful with how I do the verbiage because they're super cool and they're a purveyor of super cool items. So if you like to support me, you can go ahead and support them as well. Oh yeah, gotta read the super chats. You're right. Sorry that it took a super chat to remind me to read the super chats. I've been off the sauce a little bit. Let's see here. Let me go back to the last one that I read. Here we go. So we got DLDA or DLD After Dark for $1.99. He said, "Risky Chrisky cured my diabetes." That's very good. It's very good. He's
DLD's
insulin
a good
coded.
dude.
Fucking Dogman Defense for $2. He said, "Risky Chrisky cured my Asperger's." Right on. And then Calico Republic for $10. He says, "What is your takes on war with China? Side note: What is your recommended basic kit to hand out to others if shit hits?" Jesus Christ! I should have read this an hour ago. What is your
It's all
recommended
good.
kit to hand out to others if shit hits the fan and if they need something to work with? God is king, Christ is king, indeed. Thank you, gentlemen. Surplus a flick. Like if we're talking about multiple people or anything like that, you can get a flick kit for fucking $60 for like a fucking rifleman's kit. Um, don't need to go crazy with it. You know what I'm saying? Check the box. I'm more scared of 5 dudes with PSAs than 1 dude with a fucking Geisley. Legitimately.
Yeah, I'm giving out extra PSAs and chest rigs that I've
Yep.
gotten for free from YouTube.
Straight up.
So you're getting that, maybe 3 to 6 mags depending on the chest rig, and I'm leaving it at that. China, I don't have a problem with China. However, Chinese infrastructure is in our energy grid.
Yep.
One thing I'll say, I don't think they're as big of a threat as we are told. I think they're lying about their population.
They
as
are.
of I think
The amount of
1950,
people
they
that
had
own
what,
TVs and
500
stuff.
million. They had like 500 million people in their country, and now they have 2.2 billion or
They're
something.
just making shit
So
up.
for them to procreate at that rate, each family would have had to have 5 to 6 children, but they have a one-child policy.
Yeah.
The math don't add up. And I know of other situations that
Breaking up a little bit there.
so I don't think it's as big of a deal as they're telling us, but I do think they have the switch to turn off our power if they want to, which leads to problems. So
Yeah, they're definitely capable of doing that. I also agree with the fucking population thing. I can't remember what the fuck I was reading. There's some sort of study that was done taking into account how many people basically have access to the internet, and basing that number off of the population in China in particular, it's like there's like a third of people are able to use the internet in China at any given time, and that's probably including like internet cafes and shit like that. So if you use
Yeah.
that number across their fucking or that their quote unquote public fucking um, population number and shit like that, it's like totally, it's so far from the truth. It's not even funny.
I think they have double, maybe triple our country's size. I don't think
If
it's
that,
2 billion.
if that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
an egregious number to present to
Yeah.
us and think it's real.
So no, China's kind of a paper dragon, kinetically speaking, in my opinion. But however, they do have a absolute goblin mode, fucking sort of hacker infrastructure, fucking capabilities.
If we stopped outsourcing everything to them, they would be a non-issue.
They would lose everything. They'd be a fucking third world country very quickly, very quickly. So would agree on that. Luke Singer, for $2, he says, "Hop and Chrisky, I am not sleeping." Yeah, no, that was legit. Hop was very cool.
Hop was a little quiet tonight. He was late in the game.
Yeah, we caught him.
Appreciated nonetheless.
We caught him at a very boozed up time in his life. Man, not even that. Yeah, I mean, he's probably fucking flight lagged and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Plus, we were talking about army stuff, and he was not in the army, so you know, it's just like, okay.
He is a giant, though. He's an absolute giant.
I'm supposed to see him next month in like 2 weeks, so I'm excited to do a fucking height check on him. You know what I mean?
You know, funny enough, I didn't bring it up. I sent him one of the hockey masks. I both
Really?
lodged it and everything, painted it up, and he
Hell
should
yeah.
have one.
Nice, dude. That's fucking sick. Yeah, no, I'm looking to I'm hoping he's open to do like at least some little clips or something like that while I'm out in Oregon next month.
That'll be cool.
It would be. Show me Jeet feet. For $1.99, he says, some shekels for you, sir. Thank you very much. And then the mossy one. Oh fuck, I lost it. Hold on. The mossy one for $2 says, "Old rickety knees hop, all-star stream tonight." Absolutely. SV89 for $10 says, "Kill I already know what you're referencing. Kill LPVOs, behead LPVOs, roundhouse kick LPVOs into the concrete, slam dunk an LPVO into a trash can, crucify filthy LPVOs, defecate into LPVO glass, launch LPVOs into the sun." Hell yeah.
A quick note on the LPVO stuff. I think those who hate LPVOs, and I'm broad stroking this, I think they've never purchased a nice one and ran it. And also, I think it's more of a, I don't want to say marketing, but it's a ploy to get views.
Yeah.
That's all. I think that's all it is.
A ploy to get views as in like hating on them, or talk about nice ones?
Catchy titles, LPVOs suck, you know, this sort of shit. I think even if you don't like LPVOs, like at the end of the day, what's the need to hate someone else's choice and it doesn't affect you at all? So I think it's more of a catchy way to funnel people in to watch a video.
I see. Yeah, I'm critical of LPVOs. I understand that there are some like legitimately nice ones out there. I just haven't fucked with them because I haven't really felt obligated to spend that kind of money on getting into a nice one, understanding some of the fucking.
Well, it takes a little bit of thought, and that's why I brought up to Hop. Like, can you talk about your first focal plane versus second focal plane? Because I think a lot of guys, they go into LPVOs and they're like, I got to get a 1 to 10 or a 1 to 8, which are going to be first focal plane most of the time, and you're missing out with a traditional AR carbine, maximizing the effectiveness of that. So when you go to that 1 to 10, the eye box is going to be killer, and you're going to have no one power. But when you go to that second focal plane, you're still getting more magnification on the high end compared to an ACOG, but that 1X is going to be fairly good, and you don't need much more than that. And comparing that to an ACOG, unless they're of the same price, doesn't make sense. But if you compare a second focal plane LPVO price-wise, to an ACOG
Mhm.
of the same value, the LPVO is going to do really good.
Hell
It might not be technically as bomb proof, but it's still going to do very well.
yeah.
So I think there's a misunderstanding there.
Which is something that I generally take into account when I'm building the quote unquote GPR. You know what I'm saying? Is like I want it to be retard safe. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yes.
I'm taking the gun outside, hot cold all the time in Indiana in the in between seasons, which is half of the seasons, and you know, being rough with it and shit like that. I would just be like,
And if I was
ooh,
in
my
a super
2000
cold,
LPVO, oh no, you know.
potential environment, I would probably go with a red dot magnifier
Yeah.
of some sort or a holographic magnifier combo
Hmm.
because that's going to do better in the cold.
Yeah, just objectively.
Yeah.
Let's see here, and then SV89 again for $2. He says safety always off. Big Cyrus super chat, fucking, and then Big Dog Spittin' for $2. He says wood. Fucking SV89 again for $5. He says read the super chats, and that is all of the super chats for now. So, yeah, guys, listen. This was probably one of the funnest goddamn streams I've ever done. So, thank you all for hanging out. Fucking all 140 of you still hanging in there fucking after 3 hours. All right, on a fucking Wednesday. Appreciate that, all right? Hope to see you guys in the next one. I got a video coming soon. Going to be doing some testing on IAR stuff. Not necessarily like a certain build or anything like that, but just conceptually, sort of confirming or dispelling some of my suspicions with closed bolt IARs as a concept. Chrisky, I understand that, you know, the fucking the powers that be, quote unquote, have blacklisted you from existing on the internet for one gay reason or another. But do you have anything planned? Or are you going anywhere? Are you doing anything as far as increasing your online footprint?
I'm going. I've had it planned for a while to do a podcast style presentation with Trench.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I disagree with him on a lot, and I think the conversation in and of itself is fruitful for those who maybe take one stance or the other or don't understand the nuance between taking the stances.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's good conversation.
Yep.
So we've been planning on doing that for a while. It's just taken a little bit longer to get going. And then I'm definitely down to do more cameos, if you will, like this. So I want to get back in the mix of. I don't think it's realistic to say that I can be hosting a YouTube channel
Mm-hmm.
and posting videos, but being a guest here and there on live streams, I think that's kind of where my role is currently.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're always welcome here, man. I mean, you got my line. Shit, you can fucking
Yeah. Anytime you want to have a guest, feel free to reach out.
fuck yeah, man. Sounds good. I think with that we'll go ahead and wrap this fucking bitch up. So, gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you liked the stream, please like the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Remember that Christ is King. God bless all of you. May God bless all of you abundantly.